All right. So I started the stream early just because like an hour ago, just because I had to load some pictures in here. So like people I guess can join when I do it. So we got some TikTok. But like, bro, we're right on time. So fuck out of here, everybody.
6 minutes late, but that's on time for us.
Um, first off, before we start anything, I kind of just wanted to give a big fuck you to just Greece in general because like if Greece gets on anything, bro, it's like it's over for all your shit.
Oh, you
Like
mean Greece like Greece? I thought you meant Greece like the country.
you could go Grease the country, you can go like Grease lightning. But I was at the pizza shop with Molly and I was like standing there and she turned into me with a slice of pizza. Literally just turned. And it got on my like shirt, like the
And it's just
bottom here,
cooked. Yeah,
and
just
it's
cooked.
like OD cooked. And it's like all because she just turned one way. Like your clothes shouldn't be ruined because a little bit of like butter grease and on popcorn. You
Yeah, of
ever like have like a bag of popcorn and you put it on your lap at the movie
course.
theater?
hmm
That shit just seeps through your clothes. Like it's over.
When we went to King's Dominion, which is sort of like Six Flags the other day,
Yeah,
and
that shit
we
sounds gangster.
we had left like a fucking like bar in the car, like a little,
Chocolate
whatever
bar or some shit.
protein bar, like
Oh,
chocolatey protein bar shit. And I grabbed it
oh.
and like tapped the roof with it a little bit. Like I was like joking. I was like, anybody want this? And I tapped the roof with it. And that bitch opened and started spewing chocolate like doo doo everywhere, bro. And it got all over me. And Crystal couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, yeah, I
Oh.
fucked up. I didn't know that the heat made it like pressurized inside the thing. And when you tap it, it just wants to explode, you know?
Yeah, I didn't know it would do that either, but damn,
I
that's
fucked
another
up.
one that's like so grease is bad, and also leaving chocolate in heat because that shit, like to your point, just turns
Fuck
into
me up.
some mushy ass doo doo. Like,
Fuck me up, bro.
did you try and open it up and eat any of this shit, or it was a
Oh no,
wrap?
it was a wrap, and I was joking when I was like, "Does anybody want this?" Because it was like
Oh,
soup in that bitch. But then I tapped it on the ceiling of the car, and it went and just fucking got all up on my shit, all up in the car. I was like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
I guess I'd rather that than I eat so much fast food that like I'll always find shit just like chilling underneath my seats, whether it's French fries or like a piece of hamburger bun or like a little bit of a chicken nugget or some shit. And that shit, I know I've said this before, but you pick it up, it looks like the same way that shit came out the fucking bag.
Yeah,
So
that's what
at
people
least shout out
say.
to chocolate and protein bars. Like I kind of would fuck with that protein bar heavy now and go back to that shit all the time because it's like, if you leave me in your car for a little bit of time, like
Fuck
there's not
you.
shit in here that's gonna make it like stay in its shape and form and like we're gonna turn into some mush shit and fucking try to break out this fucking wrapper so you can fucking fuck off. So yeah, whatever that protein bar is, shout them bitches out because that's a good look for them.
Facts, bro. We're burying the lead, man. We got to talk about the Knicks.
NBA fucking it feels like 2 years since we had our podcast last Monday, to be honest with you.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
So we did our live stream while the Knicks game was going on and pretty much kind of like play by play that bitch. And one, it was mad fun, and two, they won that game, right?
No, that's the game they lost with Trump there.
Oh, that was the one they
Yeah, that
lost.
was the game they lost with Trump there. Yep.
Right. Okay. So we, of course, what? Well, Kyle, I kind of am convinced. I thought I was the jinx, but low key, it might really be you, bro.
But no, because I watched the whole last game and we came
Oh,
back and won.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Well,
So the one I missed was the epic, the 29-point comeback. This
yeah,
one was just a 16-point comeback, which is light work for us.
yeah. So we watched the Trump shit, and after that game, the series was 2-1. So we had won two in San Antonio, then we lost that one in New York. That night, I booked a flight to San Antonio. So I was banking on the Knicks winning the next game and then winning the shit on Saturday, which I realistically thought they could do. They ended up doing it. But so I ended up getting like kind of a decent deal on flights as the week progressed. Flights got like kind of worse, more expensive, and like practically sold out. But that game four at the Garden was kind of insane, bro. It was like the tickets were so expensive. Every celebrity in the house was there. And it was just not, I don't know. I guess that's capitalism is like, like whatever, like you just gotta pay to fucking be in the building. But like kind of also like no regular fans were able to be in that shit on
Yeah,
for the game four shit.
Yeah, Dolan is getting as much money as he can off that shit. But like with Zoran, you saw Zoran got like
Yeah, they were beefing.
but Zoran secured a certain amount of tickets for a lower price. And
Oh, did he did that for the Knicks too? I know he did that for the World Cup.
He did that for the Knicks and the World Cup.
Oh, shout out to him.
Where he made it so a certain number of tickets are like lower price as they should be.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But to your point, yeah, like fuck that. Like to have all these celebrities and all these Johnny come latelys who got all the money in the world to get, like, to your point, all the real fans who were there when motherfucking Eddie Curry was our best player, like they want to see the shit, So yeah, they definitely should have had lower prices. To your point, you were able to book a ticket to San Antonio, go to San Antonio, watch the game, and everything was less than just the ticket would have been in New York.
1,000%. So first, I appreciate everybody always that sends super chats. That's like, I got so much love for everybody that sends $1 or whatever the fuck they do. That money goes towards my fucking mortgage and the AC that I haven't fixed yet. So everybody was like, oh, we spent that money on Knicks ticket. No, that shit went on my credit card that is never getting the fuck paid off. All right. So fuck everybody for saying that super chats are going towards Knicks tickets. It did not go towards the Knicks ticket. That shit is on a fake ass credit card that I hopefully just forget that I have to pay that bitch off.
And I can vouch that you thought you had a hookup for the San Antonio tickets because you guys got to remember. You guys got to remember, Corin used to work for the Knicks, so he had a Knicks hookup. But what happened was, now in the finals, he can't, even through his hookup, he can't get a Knicks ticket. Like, they're just not doing that. So he thought he had a hookup for San Antonio tickets, and it was only after the fact that he was told, like, nah, bitch, you got to pay up, and he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So that's what I can attest to that because he texted me about it.
Yeah, it kind of was low key like a blessing and a curse, just because without that person saying that they can probably bless me with a ticket in San Antonio, I don't book my ticket on that Monday. So like it's not even a thought to go out there. It's kind of just like it's a wrap. Like I'm not even getting a ticket, and then I got to get a plane ticket on top of that. Like the fact that the thought was there to potentially get a ticket made me book the flight, which got me out there, which then was on some like, well, at this point, like, like it's the clinching game. I might as well cop a shit.
But also people need to understand, there's an argument that you're literally the number one Knicks fan of all time because your daughter is named Knicks.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop playing like, if there's anybody who should be at the shit, like, it's you. Like, you are actually the number one Knicks fan of all time.
Yeah. It's just been, you're a huge Knicks fan too. Like, you fucking wrote it out. Like you said, with Eddie Curry, there's
every year. You watch it.
Randolph, like,
turn on MSG, watch that bitch. Like, that's just what it is.
And the fact is, like, we're good Knicks fans where it's like, even when those squads were bums as fuck, we were like, yo, we're still winning the chip. like realistically, we knew they weren't winning the chip, but like we were just such.
You hope. You watch and you hope. You know?
Watch and you hope. And
I still remember 2012, 2013 when we had J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, Steve Novak, Carmelo Anthony,
Chris Copeland.
And we also got old Jason Kidd was on that team, and he actually made a difference and made us good. And we got to like the second round of the playoffs, and I was hype as fuck, bro. I was like on cloud 9.
Yeah, it's been. So yeah, I like being out there in San Antonio. Well, like even just like I've been a fan for so long that it was just so cool being out there and just be engulfed with fucking Knicks fans, like at the airport.
And there were more Knicks fans than fucking Spurs fans at the fucking arena.
So it started out Spurs fans like were trying hard to like rep their shit and make it known like, no, you're not going to take over. And it worked for like a quarter, maybe 2, maybe even 3. But then the fourth quarter, when the Knicks were doing their comeback shit, bro, tell me how like they were chanting defense in that shit for the Knicks to get a stop. Like,
wow.
And I was even caught up because like when the Spurs were on defense, they would put defense on the board and I would start chanting defense. And then this random kid I was sitting next to was like, no, bro. Like, that's for them. Like
that's the alcohol though that made you do that.
Yeah. I was low key so hype. I didn't have that picture, but Master P was just fucking chilling in that bitch. And Master P, for people who know music and know like the type of music we like, he was that New Orleans like era. That was us, man. So seeing him was kind of iconic. Like I saw him and I turned into a fucking little kid again.
You got that picture up here or no?
I don't have that one. I have
that sucks.
every other picture. I could probably fire it up, but whatever. I mean,
That's
like,
all right.
he looked like Master P, just like sunglasses on inside, big ass chain. But he was repping the Spurs, which I didn't get because it's like there's no real connection for Master P to be a Spurs fan, you know?
I actually got the picture. Hold up. I'm about to pull up your Mr. P shit. Oh, wait.
I got
Maybe
the
I
shit
have-
here.
Oh, you got it? Okay, good. Yeah, there's Corin with Master P. Just randomly saw him at the airport. Was that the airport or the
No,
arena?
that was at the Spurs game.
That was at the arena. Okay. Bro, did you know he played in the NBA?
Yeah, he had his stint with he was nice, low key.
He
Like,
was
for a
nice. Yeah,
rapper.
I mean, if you make the NBA, you're by definition nice, you know?
Mhm. Like J. Cole tried to be in the NBA, but I think they like kind of pitied him and like sent him to the Basketball Africa League.
Yeah, he was in like China or some shit, and he was like posting workout videos, but in the game, I think he's ass.
Ass as fuck. Like he was posting, making every single shot. And then when he actually played and they couldn't cut the footage, I think he went like 0 for 13 or some shit.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
So anyway, I mean, what were you feeling when you watched the shit? Like when they actually closed it out?
So I don't know. It's this was, let's just say that this was like the most legendary run of all time. I think that's fair to say, because when you look at the numbers, our point differential was literally better than like the 1998 Bulls with Jordan on that shit. And it was even better than 2017 Warriors, which was like legendary, like goated team. Everybody thought like this might be the best team ever. So we actually beat that team. However,
and went 13-0 for a stretch.
And like went 13-0 for a stretch.
The Hawks that game, it's like we're undefeated going into the finals.
But the crazy thing is the whole shit was so dramatic because we were down double digits in every fucking game and came back.
Yeah.
And so it was just an emotional roller coaster. So like I went into this game, the last game, thinking like, oh, we're definitely losing this because they brought in the extender, Scott Foster. You know, I saw his record with, you know, how he officiates these sorts of games.
Why not go back to MSG and fucking make $1 trillion and have every celebrity?
So in my mind, I'm going, okay, just watch this game and for what it is, but we're going to lose this shit and we're going back to MSG. Okay. And hopefully we close it out there. That was my mindset. And so when we got down like 16 points, I looked at Crystal. I was like, damn, am I the problem? Like, I really should turn this shit off. And she was like, no, just let it rock.
Well, and for people that don't know, I don't know if you finished that, but like you turned off you were watching the game. They were down by 30. You turned it off at halftime and the motherfuckers came back and won.
So it was literally 2 minutes left in the second quarter. And when I tell you I'm emotionally invested in that game, Corin, when I was watching that game, I had all sorts of horrible negative emotions. I was like, fuck these motherfucking refs that are rigging the shit and cheating. Fuck our motherfucking defense that can't stop a dude in a wheelchair. Fuck their motherfucking offense that's hitting every goddamn shot that I've ever seen ever. Like I was just a ball of rage. And so I quit. I remember exactly. It was 2 minutes and change left in the second quarter, and we were down 28. So when I turned off the TV, we went down one more point, 29. They made a free throw or some shit, and then we surged back and won. And when I woke up the next morning, I didn't watch the rest of the game. I didn't look on Twitter. I didn't look on NBA.com to check the score. I went to sleep convinced they lost easy by double digits. Then at 6 o'clock in the morning, I hear Crystal go, and I wear my earplugs at night. Like I can't hear shit. But through my earplugs and through my fucking mask, I hear Crystal go, they won? And I was like, wait, what? And she was
and
like,
then we started blowing you up probably at 7 a.m. because I was texting you and Bobby like I stayed up till 4 in the morning. So like on the flip side of that, while you're sleeping, like chilling, I'm up till 4 a.m. watching every single fucking replay possible.
And that's what I did from when. So she woke me up at 6. I normally get up at like 9, so that's way early for me. So I watched a whole bunch of the clips and shit and looked at the memes and shit, and then I went back to sleep for a little bit. But yeah, so I thought maybe the same shit was gonna happen in the last game, but we fucking surged back, man. 16 points down, surged back, and when it became clear, like when when I had a real moment of like, I think we got this, was the Mitchell Robinson offensive board.
Yes. Yeah.
It was that moment where I was like, oh, I think we got it. I think we got it. Because what were we up like 2? We were up like 3 or 4 with like not a lot of time left.
Like
and I'm
20
going,
seconds left or some shit.
I'm like, and I'm doing the math. I'm like, wait, it's a 1 possession game. They're down 4. They need like a, and I'm starting to go, oh, we got it. And then we did it, bro. And like I said, I never thought I'd see it in my life. I was starting to feel like, oh, maybe we'll never see it, you know? Because like I'm 38 and we haven't seen it our whole lives, you know?
That's what it felt like, honestly. And to be fair, I told this to George earlier, and he threw out a quick one here that, I mean, we could get to that too, but I love respect for Wemby because you see everything he did in that finals. All of the, when he threw Brunson down, when he fucking drop kicks, was it OG's leg or some shit?
He tried to take out his ACL, bro.
But yeah, it just like you lose a lot. Like I lost a lot of respect for him because I thought he was cool,
Me too.
He always said the right things and like seemed like he was like a philosopher and did all this monk shit. But like, no, even walking off the court, like.
That was the most fucked up part, bro. He didn't shake anybody's hand.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm trying to think, like, all right, if the Knicks did that, would they shake somebody's hand? It's like, they probably would have.
100% they would have shaken it. Absolutely. 100% they would have. And notice something. The Spurs nobody on the Spurs ever said a single positive word about the Knicks the entire series. They would always say stuff like, we're the better team.
Yep.
We know we're going to come back from down 3-1. Everybody knows we're going to come back. Yep. When you talk to the Knicks would be like, they're a great team. It's 0-0 in our mind. Take nothing for granted. Like, it's a totally different mindset. And when he didn't shake their hand, the only person on their team that shook anybody's hand was Cornette. Everybody else stormed off. Cornette was the only one.
Well, he's a former Knicks, so he's been a part of the organization.
And everybody else ran off, including De'Aaron Fox, who's 29 years old and should fucking know better, even though he stank it up.
He fucking won us the championship.
He won us the championship, is right. So that, to me, that was the big, like, I was already losing respect for for him being a dirty player. But when I saw him not even, it's what, like, if you storm off and it's the games before, when it's not the closeout game, I can sort of defend you a little bit. Like, you don't have to dap him up after every motherfucking game, But if it's the finals and they just won, and it's not like, who are we kidding? Bro, you guys it was a gentleman's sweep. You guys only won one game.
Facts.
You're lying to yourself if you think, oh, we were almost there. No, the fuck you weren't almost there. You weren't. I'm sorry. So, like, in that scenario, especially, if it's a tight loss and, like, you feel like we actually could have had it, maybe then, like, you still got to suck it up and shake his hand, but I could see this hurt feelings. But this is like, nah, you guys got you got your cheeks clapped, and now you're going to be a sore loser about this shit?
The one thing I respect the most, and obviously hockey is a lot different sport, but, like, I've watched, I think it was last year's Stanley Cup or 2 years Stanley Cup. They went to Game 7 overtime, and it was like Edmonton or some shit like that. They lost. Those motherfuckers, the first thing they did was still line up and they shook each other's hands, and like, I don't know if it's obviously just a sport by sport thing. I don't think it's a requirement for them in hockey to shake hands, but it's just, even like, we've all played like intramural sports and all this shit. Like,
it's part of the thing. You just do it at the end. Good game.
It's just showing respect, and like, I don't know if it's a young thing from him, but then again, George said, like, he's 22. He's old enough to know to shake somebody's hand.
100%.
He's old enough to know to not be a dirty player. And
he brought it on himself, Corin. With when I knew, like, oh, he definitely brought it on himself was when he was like, oh, everybody knows we're going to come back from being down 3-1.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, bro, your arrogance, your hubris is going to be the thing that fucks you over, 100%. Because you can see it too. They came out hot every game, hitting every shot in the world, and then they ran out of steam. And like, that's the hubris, is like, oh, we're up big, and then you try to coast a little bit. Yeah, it's like, this is when the Knicks are coming alive, bro. The Knicks are coming alive in the third and fourth quarter as your ass is going to sleep.
And that was my thing. So I'm out there in San Antonio. So first I sat in one section, which was like my original seat, and I had like a little bit of good amount of Spurs fans around me. There must have been like a camp or program or some shit in front of me, and they gave out these like poster board things of like the Spurs, and every time they would shoot, the girl would hold it up. So I had to hit her one time with like hey, come on, like, I can't see the shit every time you hold up the thing. And she was cool. She was like a young girl, so she put the shit down. Then my boys were sitting in like a parallel section to me. So he texted me and was like, yo, I scoped out 2 seats. Because San Antonio's arena is mad small. There's a 100 level and a 200 level. It's a lower bowl and an upper bowl. He was like, yo, I scoped out 2 like first row seats in the 200 level. And the kid he was with is kind of like a stickler and doesn't like kind of like ruffling any feathers. And he was like, Brian doesn't want to sit in that seat. He's worried like they're going to come and kick him out or some shit. I was like, bet. So from quarters 2 and 3 and a little bit of the fourth, I sat in like first row 200 level, which was chilling.
No shit.
And then he was like, yo, Brian feels comfortable like that no one's going to take these seats. Like, you kind of got to get your shit. I kind of was like, that's fair. I've been sitting here for a while. Like, I don't really give a fuck that much. It's not that big of a view difference. So then I sat in their seats for the rest of the game. and it was chilling, bro. Like I had 2 seats next to me open, and I
What?
had this. Yeah. It
2
wasn't
seats
like
open at a NBA Finals game.
Yeah. And then
What
then there
the
was a
fuck?
Knicks fan who was from like Silicon Valley, but moved to Austin and just drove over to the game and was just this chill ass dude. Like he kind of was on some Zen shit. Like it was weird. It kind of was like they threw like a Zen dude next to me to balance out just how I was feeling during
How
the game.
hype you were. Yeah.
So literally in the middle of the fourth quarter, I'm thinking to myself like, fuck, I spent all this money.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna be
lose.
flying back and they're gonna fucking lose. And everyone's gonna get to experience that shit in New York and go to the game, this and that. And this dude is like, let me pull up a picture of him. He was just the chillest dude, bro. And he was just like, bro, this is my guy right here. Oh.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to that dude.
He was just like, bro, he's like, they're gonna win, man. They're gonna win. And like he just kept reassuring me. And then like it was the same shit that always happened. Like they fucking took the lead, and you're just like, how did this happen?
How did it happen?
And then it was the best night ever, bro. And weirdly though, like it got weird in San Antonio late, bro, because there was just a lot of people that were just looking for trouble. And it was like young kids, but then it was also like, older Spurs fans, like, 30s, 40s that were like just mad. So they would drive by in their big ass trucks and be sitting out the window and be like, fuck you, fuck New York. So like we tried going out afterwards.
Oh yeah, not a good idea.
It got weird,
no.
bro.
And you got to your point, you got to stay around the Knicks fans to like protect you.
It was weird. And we went to one Knicks bar to start, but it kind of was like a random bar. They didn't have like beer on tap. It was kind of like upscalier. And we were like, let's go to like some regular shit. And then once we started trying to find some regular shit, it was a Saturday night outside of it being like a Spurs losing in the NBA Finals. And we were driving the streets, and there was a dude like looked like he just got knocked out, laying on the street with like his head. And I was like, I think that dude is dead. So it was like, it was a weird vibe. So I ended up just going back to my hotel for like an hour, and then I flew out at 5 a.m. But like,
oh my god, you were awake the whole night, huh?
Everyone in the airport was zombies, but there was this one dude who was walking around like trying to fist bump everybody and like, yeah, Brunson, blah blah blah. And I was like, kind of chill, bro. Like I know we just won the championship, but like, read the room, bro.
And not for nothing, that whole game, bro, was just the Jalen Brunson game. Like he did everything. Like it was like, and people were comparing it. They said like, what, one of the only people to score 45 or more in a closeout game. It's like Giannis, Jalen.
No, I think it was one. I think it was 45 in a closeout game, and I think it was just him and Jordan.
Okay, yeah, like that's fucking crazy, bro. That's fucking insane. That's like we got modern day Kobe. We got Kobe reincarnated on our team. Like how crazy is that?
So how did you celebrate? Like when they won, you just wilding out? Like was it just like?
So me and Crystal were already in bed watching the shit, and I had because
I know you watched with your son previously. Like was he up for it?
Yeah, well, yeah, he was playing. He was watching in the other room, but he came running in when it happened, and he was excited too. But I hit record on my phone. I had it sitting down and just like got our in the moment reactions.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I was just wild. I tried to go live on YouTube, but the connection was so bad in there, bro. But this was just like Molly was in the chat saying like, "Oh, you're crying." But, like,
yeah, I teared up too, man. I teared up too.
That's all. Like the whole arena was Knicks fans.
Let's go! I like how the audio, you can only hear you because it's so loud.
I know. I don't know why. Yeah, how it just picked my shit up, but that was it was unreal, bro. It was so crazy. Real.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Like do you have the picture of you holding the thing that says "I can die happy now"?
Yeah.
Now I can die in peace.
It's just it was really cool because it was like there was people there with like like
that's all Knicks fans, bro.
It was like it was all Knicks fans, and everyone had
looks like it's an MSG because it's all Knicks jerseys behind you.
Yeah, and it was so dope because like every person was showing love, and like the police was cool. There's actually one video of a police officer on the court telling Jalen Brunson to move. It was just like, bro, what are you doing?
Oh man. No, it was incredible.
Yo, so then I'm standing there watching the ceremony, and this dude turns to me and he was like, Corin? He's like, I've been watching Kyle since I'm 8 years old. He was like, I love the podcast. Like, this dude is his Emre is his name. I was like, yo, that's what's
awesome.
up. Like, he flew out from Jersey too to watch this shit.
So
and
first
he's
of
like
all,
a huge fan of yours.
First of all, shout out Emre. Appreciate you, bro. That's point number one. Point number two is you sort of look like Loki. You could be a long lost brother of Corin also.
A little bit, right? Like he's got the beard.
I see it. Even the eyes, like the eyes are kind of similar.
But like I'm out there just wilding during the fucking ceremony shit. And like he turns and was like, no way, Corin. He was like, I love the podcast. He's like, I think he said since he was 8. I mean,
wow.
So I mean, yeah, that's possible, right? If he's like 20 something.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man. I've been full time since 2012. So I mean, think about it. That's 2022, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's almost 15 years full time. So yeah, 8. So do like 8 plus 15. Yeah, it's possible. For sure,
right?
It's possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. He looks like he's in his 20s. So
yeah. So that was cool, man. Shout out to him. Like he was like, can I take a picture? I was like, absolutely. And then I was like, can I take a picture? Everyone who always wants a picture with me, I want to take one of those shits to you too. I was gonna send it to you beforehand, but I was like, let me save this shit for air, bro. But he was a big fan of your shit, and he was just like, yo, he's changed my like whole shit politically, all this shit. Like, but we do low key got the same type of beard, same fucking teeth, and like
he's got earrings too. He's got earrings too. You had earrings forever.
Nose like fucking eye structure shit.
Telling you, man, long lost brother. I wonder.
Shout out to Emre, bro.
Is Emre from New York also? Is he in New York?
He was from Jersey, I think.
From Jersey. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
But just unreal. So now, I mean, we were saying before that like our boy's coming up to New York, and he said he's going to the parade. I low key like I kind of just want it to be done. Just all of the Knicks shit already. Like it's kind of like exhausted me that there's gonna be almost like there comes a point where there's too many people at some shit. And I think there's gonna be too many people there.
I mean, not for nothing. You went to the thing that is like the biggest thing. Like you were at the fucking closeout game when we won this shit. That's sort of like the biggest deal. You know, people who are going to the parade, that's like almost like a consolation prize, you know?
Facts.
Like, you weren't at the game, so you could go see the parade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm just trying to figure out, I got to get like childcare and like people got to pick up my daughters from school. But outside of that, I mean, if Molly was home, I would definitely go. But since she's got to go into work, it's kind of makes it a little bit more tricky. And I'm almost like, if you go, you stand in one spot and see a fucking thing, like a float go by for a half a second, or you go down by City Hall. It's going to be weird if Mom Donnie's running this shit and Dolan's on stage. Like, are they going to fight each other?
Man, fuck Dolan. What a piece of shit. He was awkward as fuck too when he was.
He low key got booed a little bit, like when he came on screen.
Awkward. Yeah, and then as soon as they put Leon Rose up, people started cheering again.
And then Mike Brown got on there and did the "Who Let the Dogs Out" shit. Was mad cool.
Oh, it was funny as hell. But I found a hilarious juxtaposition between Dolan and Rose. Like everybody loves Rose because he actually turned the team around. Everybody hates Dolan because he's the reason it took us so fucking long.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I never thought I would see the day. Like this is back in fucking 2000 with fucking Jalen Brunson's dad, bro.
That's so crazy. You have a picture with Rick Brunson. That's amazing, bro.
He was just in the parking lot, I feel like, and it just hit him with like, yo, can I get a picture? He's holding like a ream of fucking computer paper or some shit, which is mad weird.
That's funny. And
then
that's
fucking so the goat of all goats there, man.
And you told me this was like 2022 or 2023? Something like that, right?
Yeah. That was when D Rose was on the squad.
That's so crazy.
In Milwaukee. And then
now you got a picture with the GOAT, man. Now you got a picture with the GOAT. Have you been seeing these? Mikal Bridges, you saw his Instagram live?
Yeah, he kind of got lit and just turned on the live.
He was fucked up, turned on the live, started listening to Coldplay, and he was like, damn.
Was he listening to Coldplay on that?
He was listening to Coldplay, and he was like, I wish I was there when they made this song, bro. This shit hits me in the feels, dog. And then that thing, people were saying OG was fucked up when in like a Good Morning America interview.
Oh, yeah. They asked like, all right, can you just say something positive about, how Mike Brown bringing you guys together? And they all were just like looking around and shit. But I mean, like, if I'm there as a fan and I got like a half an hour of sleep, imagine being one of the players on the shit.
I mean, Jalen was on First Take, and he basically said, like, I haven't slept.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you do to celebrate? Like, they went somewhere in the city because there's a video of Brunson like doing the toast. Do you see this? And he's like, "Fuck Wemby."
Yes, I did see that, and he's allowed to say that shit, especially after Wemby didn't even shake their fucking hand, you know? And Wemby tried to fucking... I mean, the number of fucking calls he got away with. Bro, let me ask you this. Would the NBA have been forced to call a flagrant on him when they reviewed that play?
I think so. I think that's why they ultimately didn't review the shit.
I think so too. Your internet froze, by the way. I'm seeing you like frozen right now.
Am I good now?
I think it's you. I'm pretty sure it's not me, but I'm gonna check. I'm gonna pull up the thing and talk to the people and see what they say.
Can you hear me?
You're sort of fucked up right now. Your internet just sort of took a massive shit.
Is it me? They're saying you're frozen.
It says I'm frozen. Let me see. Let me check. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's mine. What the fuck happened? What the fuck?
See, that's the first time.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is me. It is me. I don't know what's going on. Hold on 1 second. Let me see what's going on.
All right.
Let me see what happened.
Damn. For the first time ever, my internet is holding me down. But low-key also, fuck Verizon. They were trying to defend. Yeah, I saw that. They said Kendrick Perkins was trying to defend Wemby for not shaking hands, but I didn't see what his reasoning was. But I don't know if I like that. Oh, you're back now. Did you see this? Kendrick Perkins was like trying to defend him for not shaking hands. I didn't see what his argument was, but he was trying to say that like he was okay with him not shaking the Knicks' hands. But again, I don't know what his argument was.
That's why it's hard to even come up with an argument that you can make for that. That's crazy,
right?
Bro. Yeah. I see I'm still blurry, but I'm functioning at least. I turned the TV off. That might have been
you're good. The hockey shit ended too. The Carolina Hurricanes won like their first Stanley Cup in like 7,000 years too.
And I think they came back, right? Weren't they down and they came back? I think they were down like 2-1 or some shit.
They were down in the series. Good for Carolina. I feel like they don't have a lot of shit to ever root for, you know?
True, yeah, true. Hockey's weird because like you could be up 3-0 and still lose the shit, I feel like.
Yeah, hockey, there's no like, it's not like some basketball shit. Like basketball, it's like when teams are down 3-1 or down 3-0, it's on some like 1 in 800, like 182 teams ever come back. But hockey, to your point, it's like all those fucking stats go out the window with hockey shit.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't watch this shit, but what were your thoughts on this shit?
Oh my god, bro! It made me want to blank myself. It was so bad. I didn't watch the fights, but I saw all the shit on Twitter and like.
There's a lot of blanks you can fill in that shit. I thought like shit yourself, fuck yourself.
Either one, any of them, all of them. Like it was just Idiocracy. You know that movie Idiocracy? You ever watch that movie?
No, I don't think so.
It's basically like the country just gets dumber and dumber because like the dumbest people keep procreating and the smartest people don't procreate. And like, that's what happened. Like our country is now run by the dumbest people in it. Mm-hmm. And they had a whole bunch of fans on the ellipse and they were like fighting each other and shit right by the White House.
What's on the ellipse? What's the ellipse?
The ellipse is like an area, like almost like a park area that's by the White House and all this shit there. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait, so people were fighting each other just...
Redneck, trashy fucking redneck assholes were fighting each other. People were drinking Monster Energy drinks in 100-degree heat and getting fucking crazy. You know, you had Trump fell asleep at the shit like he always fucking does. Did you see the shit? There was like the nitro, what do they call it? Nitro circus, where there's people like on motorcycles going off ramps and shit and flying around. Like that happened the morning of or the day before or something like that. Like he just turned the White House. He like desecrated the White House and turned it into this fucking like trailer park ass shit, you know?
That's what I don't get, man. I mean, like, it's like, I think I've said this in the past. Like, you go to New York City and there's certain streets, there's certain blocks that like like the street sign is like brown and they're like historical figures. You can't change anything on the shit. You can't fucking renovate. You can't paint. You can't change fucking windows.
Right.
How the fuck? Because wasn't it at one point, like, wasn't Congress debating on if they would allow this shit or something like that?
They were doing that for the ballroom and stuff. I don't know. Were
Well,
they debating
regardless.
this? Yeah, I mean,
Regardless
it's
if they're, like,
it's not
debate-
legal, but he did it anyway. Especially because
That's
they were
what I'm
like
saying.
doing
Yeah.
advertisements and shit. Like that's the other thing is it was all corrupt. You know,
That's
they were
what I'm
making money
saying.
off.
It's like, yeah, like how do you let an organization who's like for profit come in and basically make a shit ton of money off of like the historic figure of the White House? Like,
Absolutely.
it's bizarre. And then like just like I didn't see what happened, but then obviously I saw what happened with the dude who fucking yelled like Michelle Obama's a man.
Yes, that too. Like,
First off, Joe Rogan, like, pull the mic away, bro. Like, you're holding on to it so tight. Like, what are you holding on to the mic for at that point if you're not going to pull it away for some OD shit he's about to say? Like, the dude got banned from being at the UFC press conference, I think, beforehand, which is rare because, like, they let you say whatever the fuck you want at the UFC. But the dude got banned. And then, like, he's that guy. So why are you even? He's like, I got one more thing to say. Once he started saying mush, like, pull the mic away.
Pull that bitch away, bro. Pull it away. They had like the ads that they had, which first of all, you can't even have ads because it's public property. Like you said, it's illegal. But they had ads for stake gambling shit. They had ads for fucking Saudi Arabia. They had ads for other like crypto gambling shit. They literally
said Eric Trump like DM'd one of the fighters and was like, "Is this shit going to be rigged?"
Yep. That's what they say. That's right.
Like I know you've said it before and other people have said it before. It's like they're blatantly cheating, they're blatantly doing all this shit, but like that's OD. Like someone's got to go to jail or like get fined a couple $2 billion for that shit alone or something.
This is what happens when you don't hold people accountable, man. Like this is what happens. They'll just go further and further and further and further and further, you know? And like now we're at this place. We're at this place where like they'll just have a fucking for-profit ass thing. The tickets were like $1 million a pop or some shit like that.
I don't even know, like, who are the people? Like, how do you get a ticket to that shit?
You got to know somebody, right? It's either the hand-picked military people who look a certain way, or you got to know somebody.
That's just some Ticketmaster shit. Not some Ticketmaster shit. Like, there's no way that you could just buy a ticket to that event. Like,
yeah, no way.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just at a fucking loss for words because, like, there's some people and that, I mean, I don't know. It's just like Trump goes to all of these shits. It's cool that he went to the Knicks game and got booed like accordingly.
Yeah.
Because I've said in the past that like he only picks and chooses where he goes or people are going to cheer the shit out of him. Right. So like obviously if you go to a UFC event, they're going to cheer the fuck out of you. You go to some shit in Texas, they're going to cheer the fuck out of you. But like, because I was kind of duped. I was like, yo, some people still like this dude. And I guess there are people that still fucking like him. But it's like those are just goners at this point.
Yeah, 30-something%, bro. That's it. There's no more than that, you know?
And now they're saying that, like, I mean, I think Trump was saying that, like, he might leave the shit up.
Yeah, he was saying that. I don't think he'll be able to because Dana White was even like, we're not doing this again. We lost money doing this, he said.
Oh, did they lose money on that shit?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I didn't watch that shit. I mean, who the fuck watched that shit? Did you watch that shit?
That's the other thing. No, I didn't. Trump said, like, oh, this is a gift to the American people, and then he put it behind a paywall. And the paywall was Paramount Plus, which is owned by one of the Ellisons, which is a massive Trump donor. So, like, it was all just corrupt shit. Like, everything's corrupt. They've never done anything that's not corrupt, this family, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I was so, like, when I saw the Michelle Obama shit, even Shane Gillis, they caught him walking out. TMZ got him and was like, what did you think about that? And he was like, you caught me on a couple drinks. He was like, that wasn't cool. And then apparently, Trump was like upset about that shit. Like he took off the guy's chain or some shit. But I don't know, like maybe he was just going to take that chain off like anyway. But like I think the guy put like his chain on Trump and he took the shit off when he said the comment. But then I also saw that like he was laughing about it. So like
Trump doesn't give it. Trump posted them as monkeys, bro.
I know.
Trump posted Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as fucking monkeys, dog. Like,
yeah,
he's fucking just as racist as that dude is, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's just so weird that they did that shit right in front of the fucking White House. Like, they're gonna have to fucking sterilize that whole shit when the next fucking Democrat goes in that bitch.
Bro, when the next Democrat gets in there, they need to take a motherfucking blowtorch to everything. I want his name off literally everything he forced it onto. You know?
Yeah.
Like I want his name off the buildings that were his buildings before he became president. Liquidate them shits.
Yeah.
You know? Like I not a single trace of this motherfucker. We need demagnification in this country. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it'd kind of be gangster if the next president came in and just built a whole new White House on some shit. It was just like, yeah, we can't even be in this bitch because Trump fucking.
You know what they need to do? They need to. Trump is building the ballroom illegally, right? He already started work on it. I need the next Democratic president, day one, take a wrecking ball to that shit and rebuild the East Wing of the White House. That's what I want to see. Rebuild the East Wing to the original fucking shit. That's what I want to see.
What I don't get is like, is the ballroom still in limbo? Because he could get a construction crew to fucking build that shit in a day if he really wanted to.
So it's interesting. So I don't know if you saw. Did you see what happened with the Kennedy Center? So he forced his name on the Kennedy Center and made it the Trump Kennedy Center. Mm-hmm. But a judge said that's illegal. You got to take that shit down. Good. And then, as per usual, when I heard this, I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see if they take his name down, because normally he's just like, fuck off, and he keeps that shit up.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly what happened, but maybe the judge directly contacted whoever to take it down, but they actually took that bitch down.
Oh, nice.
And so instead of saying Trump Kennedy Center, it says Kennedy Center. But then Trump was like, if I can't get my name on it, I'm going to fuck your shit up anyway. And he put up some shit to block the name at all. So now it basically says nothing. It says the Kennedy Center, but he's got something blocking it that basically makes it say nothing. So, but my point being is a court ruled that the ballroom is illegal. And then Trump tried to get it through Congress, and that didn't work because he didn't have the votes to get it through Congress, right? And so it's definitely illegal. And so I don't know what's going to happen, because clearly he's got some construction company that he's paying under the table or whatever the fuck, and like he's probably getting a cut of that shit like a fucking mafia boss. Yeah. But
they started like demolishing shit, right?
They demolished shit. They already got like underground fucking bunkers and shit built. Like, this is more than just a ballroom. He's building like doomsday bunkers. It's fucking terrifying what he's doing, right? But it is illegal. There's no doubt about it. So I don't know exactly what's going to unfold, but I kind of doubt they'll be able to finish it without like, some actual fucking way of shutting that bitch down. Like, I actually think, and the only reason I think that is because of what happened with the Kennedy Center. If it was anything else, I'd be like, he'll get away with it. But for some reason, his name on buildings and shit like this, they actually find a way to stop that shit,
Yeah, that's what it seems like, because I feel like, like I said, that shit would have been built already if it was able to get approved and cleared. But the fact that it hasn't been, and the fact that there's this much like delay on the building of it, makes it seem like there's something deeper to that shit getting approved. And that's a win, at least, because he's just,
bro, even the Kennedy Center thing, I was so happy when I saw them taking his name down. I was like, wait, they're actually taking his name off the shit? That made me so happy, because it's like this whole second term, it's just been like one horrible thing after another, after another, after another. And you're watching it going, oh my God, please make it fucking stop.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't. And so how old did he turn? How old
80.
did he just turn?
He turned 80.
Damn. That's a fucking gangster ass 80th birthday party, though.
He's going to die, bro. He's going to die for real. Like, he's fat and he's 80. And like, fat 80-year-olds are not a thing. They just aren't around. You know what I'm saying? The only reason he's still alive is because they're pumping him full of God knows what to try to keep his ass moving.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You see him sleeping? He was sleeping at the fucking UFC event. This motherfucker.
I didn't see that shit, but I know he fell asleep at the Knicks game.
Bro, he falls asleep at everything where he should be wide awake. And when he's supposed to be sleeping in the middle of the night, his ass is wide awake. It'll be 4 a.m. He's tweeting at Bette Midler and Rosie O'Donnell and yelling about some shit that happened in 1987. But like, when he's at the UFC shit or the Knicks game, he's just sitting there.
Knocked the fuck off.
Knocked out, bro. Knocked out.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. That's it's always just like, I'm curious to see what he's gonna do next. Like, what's the next shit he's gonna do? Like he's gonna probably have a UFC fight in the fucking Oval Office or some shit like that.
Well, now, did you see? I don't know if you saw what's happening with Iran, but Trump tried to get a peace deal for his birthday, right? So he can make a big deal.
He basically was like, "Can you give me a birthday present?"
he was basically like he announced the peace deal like on his birthday and tried to make it out to be this big win. But in order to get the win, he basically had to just surrender and like give Iran like literally everything they want.
Aye.
But now the Israelis are part of the agreement where they're supposed to stop attacking Lebanon and stop taking Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
And Trump is like supposed to make them do that as part of the agreement. But now then the Israelis come out and they go, we're not fucking stopping. We're going to keep taking Lebanon. We're going to keep attacking Iran. We don't give a fuck. Like, that applies to you. That deal doesn't apply to us. And so now we're in this weird place where it's like the deal is nonsense. Like, it's not going to last a week, never mind a couple days. But like he tried to make a big deal out of, oh, we got this deal. And so that's the next thing is like, how the fuck are we going to end this Strait of Hormuz being shut and this illegal war against Iran? And like, I genuinely don't know what's going to happen because for real, the only way out is to just give them what they want because we shouldn't have done this war against them in the first place, right? But then I don't think Trump is actually going to concede on all those things. I don't think Netanyahu is going to concede on those things. And I don't think the military-industrial complex in the Pentagon is going to like let them concede on those things. So like, then we're just stuck in the stalemate and the Strait of Hormuz is closed and gas is going to be fucking $6 a gallon in like a month now.
What did he say? He was like, he said he was like stealing oil from them and said that shit out loud.
Yeah, well, okay, so he said, oh, we got a bunch of ships through the Strait of Hormuz and we've been taking their oil, etc. But he was just lying. Like, that didn't happen. We would have known that happened. It didn't fucking happen. Of course not. Of course it didn't happen. And even if they were able to get some ships through the Strait of Hormuz, that's motherfucking like 0.00001% of the shit we need to get through the Strait of Hormuz. Like, it's a drop in the bucket, you know?
Okay, the gas in Texas was like 360 something or maybe 380 something. And I kind of was like, yeah, solid for Texas.
Well, a lot of that is because because of this fucking deal. Like,
oh, so he got some shit out of it?
Well, no, Trump is like manipulating the market, especially with these announcements of the deal. And he'll go out and say the Strait of Hormuz is open now. And then what happens is you get, because of the trading in the market, you get a drop in the price. But that only works until you actually just run out of supply, right? Yeah. Like at a certain point, we're just going to blow through all of our strategic reserve oil, which we've been just blowing through at a record pace. As soon as we're through all of that, then like it doesn't matter what tricks you try to use to try to shore up the market and lower the price. It's just not going to work. Like you're just going to have a supply shortage and like you're going to have to do work from home or ration the gas or whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah. Well, switching gears back to the Knicks for a second. Is Jalen Brunson like top 5 guard of all time now? Like, where does the championship put? Is he better than Iverson?
I mean, you got to say better than Iverson.
Better than like Damian Lillard. You know, like they got
to say better than
like
he's definitely. I mean, the thing they say Damian Lillard is like he's known as being very clutch.
Yeah,
but Jalen just hopped him in clutch in like just a few seasons. Yeah, like he's more clutch. Like he literally got a ring. You know,
better than Luka Doncic. Like it's like all these guys that have never done anything, and meanwhile, James Harden got like arrested for like.
Did you see that, bro? I was like, what the fuck? James Harden got arrested for like having an illegal gun or something.
Yeah.
Somebody said
in Texas too.
So wait, did you see what somebody tweeted? Somebody said he's finally in court on. Wait, no, they said he's finally in court in June. No, he's finally on the court in June or something like that. Bro, he got torched.
It kind of is true. I mean,
yeah, like think about Harden. Like Harden had so many years where he like averaged over 30 points and was like the engine of the offense for the Rockets and shit, but he doesn't have shit to show for it. That's
what I'm saying, man. And like same with Donovan Mitchell, all of these guys. I respect Kendrick Perkins so much, and I used to shit on him, bro. But like he
always loved Jalen Brunson. Always
loved Jalen, and he had the most epic back and forth with Becky Hammon when she was like, they don't have a dude. Yeah, they don't have a 1A guy, and Perkins, if you watch the whole shit, it was like on NBA Countdown. He's defending that motherfucker to the grave. And like
why?
She goes at him.
Do you know why
she was against him?
No, do you know why Perkins loved him so much from the beginning?
I think he just saw that he was a good ass player and a winner. You know, like it's like
what did he like follow him through like fucking AAU and all that shit? Like I feel like he knows something that other people didn't because
that's what it seemed like.
Even I was skeptical when we first got everybody was skeptical. There wasn't a single person who wasn't like, oh, this is the best move ever. No, because everybody was expecting us to get Kevin Durant or like fucking some huge ass name.
I guess if you look at his shit, like he won in high school, he won 2 national championships in college.
Facts.
And like Kendrick was even giving him props as like the reason the Mavericks made the Western Conference Finals
Well, yeah,
back when they
because
did.
Luka got injured and Brunson had to step in.
Yeah,
And
so like
Brunson
it's
did what
like
Brunson did.
he was like, I respect that he was a real like talent evaluator. Like he actually
Facts. Yeah,
was someone spitting
100%.
facts like you do with the politics shit. Like you see things from a different angle than other people do. And that's what he did. Like a lot of these people will say just what everybody else says, and that's what doesn't make him different. Like
The knock,
I fuck with what he says now because he just keeps it real.
100%. Yeah, the knock on Brunson was always like, look, you're kind of short for an
Yeah.
NBA guard. You know, you're only 6'1" or whatever
Not
the fuck it is.
athletic.
They have him 6'2", but he's probably like 6 feet or 6'1", right?
Mhm.
And like you said, he's not athletic. He's not fast. He's not playing above the rim. He's, you know, and so you look at that and you go, it's like a layman's understanding of basketball to go
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that's not going to work.
Yep.
But like people who know ball can look at that and go, well, hold on now. He's got the best footwork in the game. Like the way he's herky jerky. You muted yourself, by the way. The way he's there, you go. You're back. The way he's like herky jerky and can change directions real quick.
Mhm.
You know, super clutch, able to always get space. Like he was shooting over 7'5" Wemby and shit. So yeah, to your point, like people who really knew ball more were saying the right shit about him.
And
you know,
just the leadership thing too, like that. Like
you can't, like, that's immeasurable. Like you can't measure that until you see the ability. The other thing is, you know, if any teams out there want a roadmap to success, I'm going to hit you with one right now. Find yourself a college team that has a good core of guys. And like
just fucking draft all those.
that's the new move, right? Because everybody, it's a copycat league. When
Yep.
Shaq was the man, everybody tried to get their own version of Shaq,
Yep.
right? And then, you know, you get to the Golden State Warriors, everybody tries to build their old Golden State Warriors. Now you see the Knicks win. If you're copycatting that shit, you got to get a college team that like the top 3 players are very cohesive and know how to work together and
Yep.
just keep running with that shit and get the right pieces around them until you win, you know?
Well, it works like that on the flip side of things. Like when a NBA team or anybody, when an executive gets hired at a company, they bring in their people. You know,
Right.
like they bring in everyone they've worked with at previous companies, and they've worked with this coach at this college, and they bring them in. Why not try that shit with the players? You know, like okay, they won 2 national championships in college, which is the highest level outside of the NBA. Bring in the whole motherfucking roster. Bring in every dude that was with them that they liked working with. And yeah, to your point, like that shit's gonna work.
Yeah, the new thing now in the league is just depth. You need depth, right?
Yeah.
And like that's something that back in the day was like, no, you need a big 3 and you're good. It's like, no, you actually need depth. You need somebody
And you
who
need
knows
good
their
chemistry.
role.
So like
Good
people
chemistry,
shit on Giannis because they're always like, oh, his brother's on the team. And it's like, all right, the 15th man on an NBA roster is not gonna ever play in a game, but he hypes up the whole team.
Yep.
He likes playing with his brother. It makes him happy. So
Right.
like, let that shit rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen now because Giannis always wanted to come to the Knicks. I bet he still wants to come to the fucking Knicks, but that's not going to happen now, you know?
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, like, it's like this is the ultimate. You know, like if we win another championship, it'll be cool, and the parade and everything will probably be amazing. But like, this is when you wanted to be on the Knicks team. You know, like
100%.
like
100%.
you wanted to be on that squad that broke the fucking 53-year stretch and all this shit. So like, when they used to say that like players didn't want to play in New York, like, I mean, like you know this shit. There's just something different from being from New York. Like I've worked for companies that are based in Minnesota, in Chicago, which is kind of similar to New York, but not really. And then worked with a lot of California people. There's nothing like having like a New York just mentality, gangsterness, you know, like it's like it just separates yourself so much. Even like I'm on the flight with a dude next to me from San Antonio, and like he was trying to be like cool San Antonio vibes, and I was just like, whatever you're doing is just not working, bro. Like, you know, like he was like, oh, where are you from? I was like, New York, man. He was like, oh, okay. Like, and then he'd try to like tell me some shit, and I was just like,
He's like, let me tell you about Walker, Texas Ranger.
yeah, but I was like, you just sound weird. Like you're like it almost seems like you're trying too hard. Whereas like I'm sure there's like upstate New York gets a little weird, but like any type of New York, where I'll give anybody in New York, even if you're from Buffalo or some shit, like you still get swag points with me. You know, like every other spot. I'm telling you, if you sit on a plane and you're sitting next to a dude from Cincinnati, he's gonna fuck with you just because you're from New York. And
Fair
so like
point.
it's the same shit with basketball. It's like if you play on the Knicks and you're from New York, every other team like wants that shit.
Well, it's the biggest market with like the most over the top fans. So like you're signing up for a lot, but if you win, you're gonna be like a literal legend. Corin happy that he's elitist.
I'm not even being elitist. I'm being a fucking realist. Like if you sit on, you must not be from New York, Isaac, because like if you sit anywhere at a restaurant and you're not in New York, people just can get a vibe from you that you're different. Like and whether they deem the different as weird, they'll want to talk to you because there's some cool factor with that shit.
Well, we're also known for being very blunt, though. Like I told you, the first time I ever went to the South and got that Southern hospitality, I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is amazing."
Yeah, but I'm sure they still, whether you were like, if they thought you came off rude or some shit, they still probably were like, "I want to talk to that guy. I'm intrigued by that guy."
I don't think I was rude.
I'm not saying rude, but like
there's just a bluntness to New Yorkers. Like they'll just say it. A New Yorker will just say it, and some people might not like that. Some people need a little bit of massaging around the edges, but some people like the fucking bluntness. Crystal said that was one of the reasons she liked me.
That's what I'm saying. Like
say
like
whatever
that,
the fuck I'm thinking.
If you're at a store, if you're at a deli counter ordering some shit in South Carolina, and you're standing next to someone from, let's say, I don't know, what's a regular, like someone from Atlanta. Atlanta's kind of cool. If you were from like,
he's desperately trying to Tennessee,
like Colorado, yeah, Tennessee, fuck it, Tennessee or Colorado, and you from New York, the person behind the deli counter is going to gravitate towards your energy way more than their shit, just because there's just more of a fucking swagger to your shit.
I will say I'm a sucker for a good accent, no matter what the accent is. So a dude with a strong New York accent, that's going to be endearing. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But I mean, if I think about it, a dude with like a deep South accent too, I fuck with that. Like I like hearing that deep South accent.
No, it was cool, but here's my point. Like, so I'm sitting next to the dude from San Antonio, and like he had a kind of cool accent, and he was wearing like his jeans and like a button-up shirt, and like kind of had like a little mustache shit. Like he was more interested in talking to me than I gave a fuck about talking to him. And like, yeah, it was cool.
He could have just been nice. He was just being nice, you know.
I know, I'm just fucking around, but like, but I think I don't know. I think I've always said this. They used to say, all the media and all this shit, that like no one wanted to play in New York anymore and all that shit. But it's like,
well, that was all because of Dolan, bro. Like it was just because the organization was run poorly. That's why they said it. It's not like again, if you sign up for playing for the Knicks, it's a huge deal because it's a major media market. It's like the biggest, most passionate fan base in the world. Like you're signing up for a lot, and a lot of scrutiny you're signing up for. But the reason why for so long people didn't want to play for us is just because we were labeled losers because Dolan ran the team into the fucking ground. You know?
Yeah. People are talking. Accents are pretty cool. I mean, like it is interesting that.
And everybody has one, by the way. It's a misnomer that like, so, I don't have an accent. Of course you do. Everybody has an accent.
Everybody does,
like,
right?
Yeah, how deep is it, and where are like what kind of general accent is it? I watched a video one time. This woman's an expert on accents, and she ran through like a bunch of them shits.
Yeah.
There is no such thing as like a neutral accent, bro. Everybody has an accent. Yeah, like you could have it could be more subtle, but like an actual neutral accent is not a thing. Everybody has an accent. Accents are interesting in general. Yeah. Like whoever you are, wherever you are watching this, you have an accent. You know what I'm saying? It might be
so like this is cap because like Californians.
That's cap, bro. Everybody's got an accent. Because everybody's from a place. So like, and everybody's raised in a place, and you have an accent. You know, but I do love a bunch of accents. Californians definitely have of course, Californians have an accent. Californians, I kind of like the vibe of the chillness of the Californians, the laid back.
Yeah, they have like that. Like it's like, what's up, bro?
Yeah, and I kind of like the niceness of the Midwest people. Mm-hmm. Like Midwest people are super fucking nice. Mm-hmm. I love the Southern accent. I feel like is fucking
Southern's
amazing.
Mad nice. Yeah,
love that
you
shit.
Can be a fucking asshole and tell somebody like, hey, how you doing? I just murdered your fucking husband, and like still come across as like you did it. Like you'd be like, all right, he must have deserved that shit. I got one last thing for you, and then we'll get to the super chats. I don't know if this is true or not, but
Joe Rogan rumored to replace Anderson Cooper. So, okay. So there was a report from like a local Austin paper that said this shit, and then 60 Minutes came out and denied it. But I 100% think it's real because it was 60 Minutes they came out and denied it, and 60 Minutes is now fucking basically run by Barry Weiss. And we know that she wanted to get like Tim Dillon for like a late night show on CBS. Really? She wanted to get Joe for some shit on CBS. So I have no doubt that that shit is true and that Joe had no interest in it, right? That's
what I think it is.
Joe was like, I'm definitely not fucking doing that. But low-key, Barry Weiss was like, I want you to do that shit. So I believe it. I 100% believe it. Because this bitch is running that shit into the ground, bro.
She's into the ground. And here's, it's like, they're so lost because like Colbert wasn't getting bad ratings.
Yes, it wasn't about the ratings. Not at all. It was literally about appeasing Trump. Like, yeah, that's what it was. It was all appeasing Trump. That's why they were put in there. That's why the Ellisons own it. That's why Barry Weiss runs CBS and about to run CNN too. The whole point is like appease Trump, be pro-billionaire, be pro-Israel. That's the point.
And it's like, I mean, do they have enough money to like sustain themselves just even if they were to fail?
Yes. So that's the thing, right? Is like I don't even think they're doing this for the profit. It's got nothing to do with the profit. It's literally just like you have to control the narrative. Like, that's why Trump allowed them to take over in the first place, you know?
Which is so crazy because, I mean, it's just
evil.
like...
It's just evil.
Because even, like, the late night shit, like, again, they got rid of Colbert, which, like, yeah, that shit had decent ratings. And they replaced that shit with, like, the late night, like, comedy show
yeah, that
shit.
guy, Byron Donalds or whatever his name is. Like, bro,
Byron
nobody
Allen,
watches that. Byron Allen, yeah. Like, nobody watches that shit. He used to host a show on like Comics Unleashed on at like fucking 1 a.m. or some shit.
That's when it used to come on, yeah.
The least funny comedians in the world all sitting around a circle telling the worst jokes you've ever heard. And now he's got a show?
Worst. I think it's that show. Comics Unleashed is what replaced his shit.
Oh, my word. I thought they were giving him a late night talk show, but no, it's worse than that. Oh, my God.
I mean, maybe he's getting a late night talk show, but right now, the shit that's replacing it is the Comics Unleashed. And to your point, it's 4 of the worst comedians that are trying to build out their comedy career. Like they used to washed as hell, or like just trying to like make it in the industry. They literally like, he'll be like, anybody got a story about bathrooms?
Yeah. Right. It'd be like, tell me that waffle story you had.
Yes, yeah. He's like, well, yeah. All right. Here's the story. I'm sitting at Waffle House. And my waffle was on the table. And like the other 3 comics are like, oh, it's so funny. Yeah.
The audience is like,
yeah, like they put up the fucking laughter applause. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of, I think I remember Sagar making this point one time that like the TV networks just have so much money from like the cable industry and all this shit that they'll just never fail regardless of ratings or not, which is kind of fucking shitty. Because that should be the teller of like if you stay in business or not, is if people are watching your show.
Yeah, it's just narrative control. That's all it is. They don't care. He doesn't care about profit. They make money other ways. Like this is a loss leader. This is like, we'll just run with the narrative, control the discussion, and change the discourse, and then we're good. You know, that's how they're thinking of it.
Fuck. All right, you ready to get to some super chats?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. The Glorious King Thrag, thanks for the $5, man. Kyle, what will you do when the revolution comes? I mean, no kings or a progressive candidate. I don't mean no kings or a progressive candidate. I mean, when the pitchforks come out scenario. I'm not quite sure exactly what you mean. Like, do you mean if like violent left-winger storm the White House with guns or something? Like, I'm not quite sure exactly what you mean by revolution, like actual literal violent revolution. I don't really think that's possible in today's day and age just because the government has all the guns and all the power, right? So it would have to be something more like a mass protest or a general strike. Like, it would have to be something more like that. Because if it actually gets violent, we got no chance. You know, like, they're always going to win.
Could it be another, like, January 6th on steroids if Trump loses?
Well, I mean, that's a good question, right? Like, I don't think he's going to survive till 2028, but he will survive probably till 2026. So they'll try to steal the midterms, but maybe also try to steal 2028. I don't know. It's all up in the air, but he's asking if it's more of like a left-wing violent revolution or something. But if you're asking, no, I'm not going to be out there with a gun trying to shoot somebody in the face because I don't want to go to prison for life. And I also don't think it's winnable if we get violent. I believe more in, you know, I believe in doing what we can do where I can actually connect the dots and see it sort of make sense. So like peaceful, nonviolent resistance, mass protest, general strike, things of that nature. You know, that's more where my heart is.
Did you see this Spurs fan that took on like basically the whole fucking room he was in?
Yo, that shit was crazy. I did see that video. That shit was crazy.
Bro, that was the final fucking boss.
Oh yeah, he wasn't fucking around. What do you think the UFC will be like after Trump and MAGA are gone, 2029 and onwards? Also, all the goats are washed. Ilya Topuria got no diffed. I mean, I feel like they hitched their wagon to UFC, and so like I feel like UFC is sort of guaranteed to be sort of a right-wing outlet as far as the eye can see. They might like try to make some head fakes into being neutral, but like everybody knows what they are now. It's a very right-wing fan base, and I foresee them like continuing to be sort of very Republican coded. I don't know if you saw, but there was the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro. He made a big deal about, oh, we're having UFC come to Philadelphia. He did like this promotional thing with Dana White. And I was like, what are you doing, bro? He wants to run for president as a Democrat in 2028, but he's snuggling up to Dana White and bragging about getting some UFC thing. Like, I'm sorry. Every liberal and Democrat and leftist in the country hates fucking UFC now because of like what they represent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's like I almost think of it as like a Tulsi Gabbard thing. It's like in the past, she would say some reasonable shit that was like left leaning. People kind of fucked with her on it. And she tried to fucking tie her shit to Trump.
Right.
And it failed. So the same thing is like after this shit, after Trump's gone, it's like you guys, we see what your true colors were.
Own that shit. You know?
Exactly.
The glorious King Thrag, thanks for the $10. Kyle, you keep predicting economic collapse and oil/food shortages, yet they never happen. Keep getting your apocalypse predictions wrong. Well, you're definitely going to get the gas shortages. That there's no doubt about that. And in terms of economic collapse, the reason why it hasn't happened yet is because there's been this decoupling of the market and how the stock market does versus how your average person does. Basically, like the entire economy is already in a recession, but for all the AI spending. Like the only thing where all the economic growth is centered in like the AI sector right now, the tech sector right now. And if that bubble bursts, then like massive recession/depression hits, right? So it's hard to predict when it happens because they have all these tricks that they use to like reinflate the bubble, right? The circular funding, by the way, they all like shovel money back and forth to each other, all these AI companies. So it's hard to predict when it happens. I've always been honest about the fact that it's hard to predict when market crashes happen. But functionally, the bottom 80 or 90% of the country is already in a recession and everybody feels it. You go talk to people and they're like, yeah, gas is way too expensive. Fucking groceries are way too expensive.
I'll tell you all that shit.
Yeah, people are spending less. So
AC's
like
too expensive to fix.
So, but in terms of a market crash, it's going to happen at some point. The question is when. Like, when is it going to happen? Not if it's going to happen. And in terms of the oil shortages, that one's not even like, it's not even speculative. Every oil executive, every oil expert has been like sounding the alarm lately, where they say, you guys don't get it. As soon as we go through all of the strategic reserve, we're really fucked. Like, we're done. Like, you're guaranteed to have rationing. You're guaranteed to have work from home orders. In fact, 80 countries or more have already done work from home orders or like energy saving orders. We just don't in this country because we're run by a bunch of fucking baboon idiots. And so they're waiting until we hit the iceberg before like they say anything or do anything. Right. So even if the strait were to open fully now because of this deal, right, I think we're still going to go over the cliff for a while because it takes a long time for that oil to get here. And we're going to be out like in a month or less, we're gonna be paying at least $5 or $6 a gallon for gas for sure. Absolutely.
Thanks, Horace.
Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. Love you, Kyle, but you got to stop going full Trump when the Knicks play like Cheeks and you start going on a rant saying the refs are rigging the game.
No, the
refs.
No.
Yeah, okay. Here's why you're wrong. You're wrong because every single time we talked about it, we cited specific examples and showed exactly what the problem was.
Yep.
Right? Like, okay, why do they call Scott Foster the extender? There's a reason why. It's not us. We didn't come up with that. Knicks fans didn't come up with that. Everybody knows that around the league. He's the extender. They bring him in to try to extend the series. It always happens, right? So I didn't come up with that. That's not my fault, right?
Wemby sticks his foot out underneath Brunson on a three-pointer, and it's like no call. But Mitchell Robinson pushes him on a foul, and it's a flagrant.
Exactly right. So that's an automatic flagrant, they say. They called the foul against the Knicks. They called one against Brunson for getting too close when somebody shot the shot and his foot went underneath him in his landing zone, right? Barely, but they called that. You have Wemby do it in a much more obvious way. They didn't even call a common foul. Never mind a flagrant foul. So
I had to bite my tongue because I'm at the airport at 5 a.m, and who sits right next to me is this guy, Monty McCutcheon, who is the head of the NBA referees. sat right next to me while we were boarding the plane going from San Antonio to Austin.
Oh my
And
god.
and he wears like Elton John blue glasses, purple glasses, kind of weird. And I was close to saying like, you guys done fucked up this series, but I bit my tongue.
You bit your tongue? Wow, yeah. So anyway, Wes Nelson, the reason why you're wrong is because we have so many specific examples we could point to that prove that we're talking about something real. Like when he tried to take out Wemby tried to take out OG's ACL. Like there's no other reading of what he did there. That's exactly what he fucking did.
When he
right?
fucking literally threw Jalen to the ground, like took hands on his
head and fucking threw that shit. Not even a foul, never mind a flagrant. And that definitely was a flagrant because there was wind up and follow through in that bitch. So like, Wes, I'm sorry, bro, but like we're watching the games closely. Like we're watching the games closely, and social media is lighting up with all these examples. And what am I supposed to do? Pretend like the examples aren't real? Like I'm saying it because it is real. The difference between me and Trump is Trump will say some shit that's not real and repeat it 1,000 times. I will literally show you exactly what I'm referring to, where there's no other interpretation of it.
Trump literally got booed at the Knicks game, and then goes on a plane and says, "I think they were cheering me." Like, bro, we all saw the footage.
Do you see the Phil Mickelson news that he got kicked out of a country club because of misconduct toward a woman? This guy just can't do anything right. So I did see that news, and a lot of people made a good point about this. They were like, imagine how bad it had to be for literally like the second best player of his generation in the world to get kicked out of a fucking high-end country club. Like that country club has a literal like Hall of Fame display that has a bunch of Phil Mickelson stuff there because he's been going to that club forever, and they kicked him out. And so imagine like what the accusations actually are. Facts. That's like how bad are they that you're kicking him out? Like that would never happen. These high-end country clubs, they'll do anything to keep that shit on the low and not. So I don't know exactly what the fuck they're trying to say. It's like sexual harassment, I guess, or something like that. But I mean, my imagination is saying it's got to be worse because there's no reason they would have kicked him out over anything that could have been sort of handled low key.
100%. Yeah, there's got to be some video footage or some shit comes out.
Yeah, like, and he's a MAGA guy, by the way, which makes perfect sense. He's done
just like
insider
watching
trading.
His downfall. Yeah.
Wall Street.
Well, the insider trading shit was like horrible, right? Like, wasn't it very corrupt?
I mean, yeah, he was getting like insider info and acting on it. So he's like a Wall Street guy, insider trading guy, fucking MAGA guy. Obviously, snuggled up to the Saudis in order to like make more money and destroy the PGA Tour. Like he's just and he's a huge gambler. Lost a tremendous amount of money gambling. He's a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Adam King, thanks for the 5. Congrats for the Knicks. Kyle, ain't no way you missed Game 4 comeback because you went to sleep. Also, Knicks winning the chip is a sign for Kyle to run in 28. Oh my good lord!
We needed Kyle to miss the second half of Game 4 for us to win the chip. So he low key blessed us because he came back for Game 5 and watched it. We needed that to happen.
Yeah, I still feel there's still a part of me that feels like the Knicks won that game because I turned it off.
Exactly.
Like I put a vibe out there and it just worked. That guy Jack, thanks for the $5. We need bouncers to run security at polling places in the midterms to make sure ICE doesn't barge their way in. Yeah, we need the cops to actually do their job and protect the voters because it's possible that Trump orders ICE or the National Guard or whoever the fuck. And so you're going to need like local muscle to be like, no, you're not doing that. We're running this election fair and square. We're not going to have you taint it, So I don't know. We'll see, man, but it's a scary situation. The Bacon, thanks for the $5. Yo, guys, congrats on the win. I had a relative who was a big Knicks fan. However, he sadly passed away 6 years ago. I wonder how his reaction would be right now. It's funny you say this, The Bacon, because my dad, he was 19 years old when the Knicks won in 1973. And then he didn't see, from 19 until when he died when he was 56, he didn't see the Knicks win a chip.
Yeah.
And so here I am at 38. So I know damn well this might be the last Knicks chip I ever see them win.
Yeah.
It's also possible they ring off 2, 3, 4 more, right? But it's also possible I just watched the last one. So I'm soaking this shit in OD. Like I'm living off this one for the rest of my life, potentially,
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like I said, I shed a tear and it's been 37 years and legit. It's just like, we have so many memories of watching games and like going to the games and going to practices and meeting players. It's so like
true. Yeah.
They're so ingrained with my history of like who I am as a human being. And like, there was a connection there. And to Kyle's point, like they were Cubs fans. They hadn't won for like 80 something years or some shit that never saw their team won a championship. That like, it's just wild to me that like we could have went, like without seeing them win a championship. But the fact that they did it is like, they did it.
And it's true, bro. New York City is a basketball city. And that was proven to me with this Knicks win because, like, we used to see the Yankees win all the time when we were kids. They won all the time in the 90s and early 2000s and shit. And, like, it was cool, but, like, the reaction was never like it is for the Knicks winning a shit.
And we just see it down here by New York City. But, like, even up, like I said, up by Syracuse, they like basketball. They've always tied to Syracuse basketball because, like, they've been good. But Buffalo, like, that's all New York. Like, they have the Bills and all these other teams. But, like, New York basketball is just the Knicks. I mean, there's the Nets, but nobody fucks with that.
True. I was wondering if you guys ever wore Affliction clothing back in the day, and how do you feel that it made a recent comeback among Gen Z? So first of all, I didn't know it made a comeback among Gen Z. That's kind of wild. To answer your question, I don't think I wore Affliction. I think maybe I may have had one shirt of it, but I don't think so. When I was in high school, I wore a lot of like Armani Exchange shirts. I wore a lot of Echo Unlimited shirts.
Echo Unlimited.
I wore a lot of like Aeropostale shirts. What else?
Polo, Ralph Lauren.
A little bit of Ralph Lauren here and there, probably. But yeah, that was sort of the mix of it. That's what. What about you, Cor?
Yeah, no, and I never wore Affliction. I was kind of just like sport tees or just a white tee. I remember having DC skating. I remember having a DC shirt. And it was like, it had the D and the C, and it had like these gray lines on it, and I wore that. But I never wore like the Ed Hardy. I never wore Affliction. I never wore any of that shit really too much. But I'm surprised it made a comeback because that was one that like I didn't think was like the most popping out of all of them.
There's a lot like sort of like old school stuff keeps coming back in style. You know?
Yeah.
Which is
girls. You remember the girls used to wear those velour pants and it had Juicy on the butt?
Yes.
That was like, if you didn't have Juicy pants when you were in high school, like, did you even go to high school?
Yeah, that's 100% our era right there. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $10. Grandma bit the bullet today as a result of losing health insurance. All of that is well worth it after watching the UFC fighter call Obama a man. That shit was hilarious. USA is back, baby. You know what's funny, Wes? There is somebody out there who's unironically probably saying something like that. So that's unfortunately the world we live in. But thank you, bro, for the $10. Appreciate that.
Thank you, bro.
The Bacon, yet again, thanks for the $5. Lastly, Kai, how do I convince my wife that I want to get LASIK in the near future? She believes that I will ruin my eyesight and is dangerous. Thank you. Well, first of all,
don't get LASIK.
You don't actually have to convince your wife. You know, like you could just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just do it and then after be like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, if she's your wife, she'll allow that shit. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, like who the fuck are we? Like if Crystal wants to do something, it's like I could give her my opinion, but like that's on you. You're a grown ass woman. Like you make your own decisions. You know what I'm saying? So like, exactly. I wouldn't try to convince her. If you're gonna do it, just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Just say that, and then when she asks you, be like, yeah, here's why I'm gonna do it. But I'm not arguing with you. I'm just gonna do it. You know?
Yeah.
But what I would say to you is, don't get LASIK. Get Smile. That's the one I got. And Smile is the updated version of LASIK, and there's no downsides to it. With LASIK, you do have the potential of dry eye. There's a decent percentage that end up getting dry eye. But with Smile, it's like laparoscopic LASIK. So instead of a big cut where they like open the shit and fix it, it's like a tiny little incision, barely even noticeable, and then they fix it. So like you don't have to worry about dry eye after that, and you can see perfectly. So
I equate the LASIK to kind of like a Chat GPT. Like it was the first shit.
Right.
But now there's just so many more AI shits that like blow that shit out of the water. So it's like the Chat GPT is like, you have like 10 questions you can ask it. You can't upload that many photos all in the free version. It's not accurate. Whereas other shit is way better. It gives you better images. So like try some other shit. Cause that was the first one, but it might not be the best one.
Totally. Yeah. Smile. It's called Smile Eye Surgery. Daniel DeLucia, thanks for the $10. Let's go Knicks. My inner 13-year-old self is happy. Why do you think the league predicted the Knicks would do so poorly throughout the playoffs? You know, I feel like, I don't know about the league per se, but like the pundits, I can speak about the pundits. And I feel like, and I watch a lot of NBA YouTubers and I like a lot of them too, by the way. But I do feel like there's this bias that everybody has where just like if you're seated higher, you're just better. For sure. You know, like if you had a better regular season, you're just a better team, kind of.
And history kind of matters too.
And history kind of matters. That's a good point. History kind of matters too. So like until you prove yourself, people are never going to, like nobody's ever going to go out on a limb and be like, I'm going to go with this team that's unproven. It just doesn't happen, you know? There's only two people that actually will do that, and it's Corin and Kyle, and we fucking nailed it because we had our fucking stream where we predicted what would happen in the playoffs, and we got the finals right, and we got the champion right. Like the only thing we got wrong, again, I remember we got the Nuggets. I thought the Nuggets would win in the first round and they didn't. So like the Nuggets underperformed and that's on them sort of.
Yeah.
But like we only got a handful of things wrong. We predicted the broad strokes of it pretty much perfectly.
Yep.
And so low key, we did better than a lot of NBA fucking YouTuber type experts, you know?
Yep. 100%.
Patrick Kling, thanks for the $5. I think that the Iran deal will cause, I bet Trump and his buddies to stand to make tens of billions of dollars from that $300 billion rebuild fund. Well, yes, in theory. However, I have to tell you, I don't think it's going to get that far, bro. It's not going to get that far because Israel's not going to abide by the don't attack Lebanon thing and pull out of Lebanon. They're not going to do that. And there's like 3 or 4 different things in it that like the U.S. is already saying, no, we're not going to give you $12 billion up front before we even finish the negotiations. And Iran's like, well, that's what you agreed to. So like there's already issues where it's not going to get that far. But if it does happen to get that far, yeah, of course, the Jared Kushner, Trump, Steve Witkoff, they're going to make money off this, like, because that's what they do with everything, you know?
Horrible.
Zerocool, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. I don't know why environmentalism is a thing only people on the left should care about. Traditionally conservative pastimes such as hunting and fishing benefit greatly from having a clean environment and a thriving ecosystem. That's a great point. And you're right that overwhelmingly it's the left that actually gives a shit about environmentalism and the right doesn't. Yeah. However, I was surprised that there's a Rogan guy. There was a guy who's on Rogan, Cameron Haynes, and he's a right-wing guy. And he's
like
very...
hunter, right?
What's that?
He's like the hunter.
I think so, yeah. But he's very pro-environment. He's pro-public lands. He doesn't want to like sell off our public lands to corporations and shit, which is what Trump is doing. And so like he seems to care about that shit. And he's one of, I don't know, probably very few on the right who actually are principled on this. But yeah, it's kind of disgusting. Like now, the fact that that has been that's become partisan now. Like not wanting to make your country absolutely fucking disgusting, filled with pollution and smog and toxic bullshit is now like a left-wing position. It just shows how far the right has fallen, you know?
Yeah.
Victor Perez, thanks for the $10. Love you guys. 2 questions. Any inside scoop you're willing to share on why Breaking Points went to Supercast? Supercast sucks in my opinion. And second, who do y'all have got on the World Cup? So I'll take the first one first. So they were like the first ever big Supercast client, I guess.
Is that a platform?
I don't know exactly. It's yes, it's some sort of a platform. Like, you know, they have a unique deal with the podcast, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. However they monetize it, however they have subscriptions or whatever the fuck. I don't know the details of it, but they were like the first one with Supercast, and according to Crystal, they were just way better and way more responsive than whoever they were with. Who was the company they were with after it? It was like affiliated with Rumble, which was, to me, I didn't like that because it's like Rumble is like some right-wing shit, but there was like some offshoot company that they had to deal with. And apparently they sucked. They're very unresponsive. They don't have a good product. You know, people who are Breaking Point subscribers ran into issues. So I think most people actually kind of preferred and liked going back to Supercast because it was just a better product, I would say. In terms of who do I have in the World Cup, I can't make any predictions. I don't know soccer well enough. But what I will say is I'm rooting for all the countries with the best politics, right? With the best leaders. So like, I'm rooting for Brazil because Lula's president of Brazil. I'm rooting for Mexico because Claudia Sheinbaum is president of Mexico. Literally every game, me and Chris will go, who are we rooting for here? And we'll just look up like who has
how their politics are,
the more left-wing leader, and we'll go, okay, we're going for that person. But I will say, you know, I saw the U.S. game versus really Paraguay.
Yeah.
And the U.S. looked really fucking good, like shockingly good.
Yeah.
And I was amazed by that. And apparently the guy who scored all the goals is like this immigrant who through birthright citizenship became a citizen, but like grew up in London. So like, it's actually because of birthright citizenship that we have an amazing soccer team. And Trump, of course, is trying to get rid of birthright citizenship.
Yeah. Don't let Trump find out about that shit. Because I doubt he knows, but if he does,
totally.
He might not be playing in our fucking next game.
Totally. Yeah.
And also the guy Pulisic got apparently injured. They said he wasn't, but he should be okay, but he's one of our best players too.
Did you have any thoughts on team?
I mean, like I want to see USA do well. I think it'd be cool. And to your point, they had a phenomenal first game. They like kind of, I think, exceeded expectations. So it'd be cool. I mean, in the US soil to see them kind of. Someone I was talking to had mentioned like if they do well, it'll like the World Cup favors that. So they would have to travel to Seattle for their next game, which is close to LA. and then it'll be Seattle to Kansas City. So it's like they have a very favorable schedule if they do well. And I think the World Cup rewards a lot of the home teams, with training and travel, so they're not like drained. So it could be in their favor to do well. Same with Mexico.
Yeah, we were looking up the rankings the other day and like who's the best in the world and shit.
It's still like Argentina.
Yeah, I forget who was the best, but
it's got to be like Argentina's up there, Spain's up there,
Portugal, I think.
Portugal. That's what I meant. Yeah, and like Germany.
Ryan Chan, thanks for the $5. Kyle, thoughts? Oh, and France because of Mbappe or whatever his name is.
Right.
Yeah. Kyle, thoughts on the race of progressive Malat Quiros in Colorado's first district? Your incumbent Diana Degeti called vendors to cancel Quiros' event with Hassan Piker. Yeah, I saw this story. Massive, colossal fuck you to Diana Degeti, or however the fuck you say her name. That is some of the most insane authoritarian shit I've ever seen in my life, where the opponent is calling a venue to get her opponent's like speech canceled because Hassan is going to be there, and this woman knows that Hassan helped get other candidates elected. Like,
so she was calling the vendors to not be associated with this guy.
She successfully got her opponent's fucking event canceled.
That's
how crazy is that?
By the fucking
bitch shit. So everybody who's in Colorado's first district, bro, you better go vote for Malat Quiros. Like, you better tell everybody, tell your grandma, tell your uncle.
If I'm Quiros, I'm like, yo, Hassan, let's just pull up at this spot. Like, fuck the vendors. Like, can't they just pull up on some other shit? Yeah.
They probably will. Like, I'm sure this is gonna. It's the Streisand effect. Like, now people hear about this and they're gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you! What the
exactly?
It's
yeah,
gonna backfire. Yeah, totally. It's gonna backfire. Joshua Loves Art. Thanks for the $20. A guy I knew from high school was telling me how problematic wealth caps, especially at 999 million, and taxing unrealized gains is. It leading to an impossible liquidation of tens of billions of stock. How correct is he? This is always like the financial bros always lean on this point, right? Like, oh, we can't possibly do that because what about the market? And it's like, I'm so tired of the over financialization in this country. We need to do something about that. And wealth taxes, they always say this about wealth taxes, like, oh, it's not possible. Oh, they have to liquidate stuff. Like, oh, it's not feasible. But then, like, if you do them, it is perfectly feasible. And all the fears about, like, oh, and they say this if it's like at the state level you do a tax. Oh, rich people are going to flee if you tax them, and then they don't. And then it's like, okay, so that was bullshit too. So like all the excuses are just like reasons rich people give to not tax rich people more. And like, I don't know. I just think he's wrong. I just think it's bullshit. I believe in wealth taxes. You're telling me it's not workable to tax net worth over $999 million. Like, you're telling me we can't create a world where there's no billionaires. That's just not true. I mean, you go back and look at the fucking, like the Eisenhower tax rates back in the day. Their top marginal tax rate was like 94%, bro. And that was on income over like the equivalent of like what today might be $3 million a year. So like they almost had like a cap on income you could make per year at like $3 million, and you can't make more than that per year. Now everybody acts like, oh, you should be able to make $1 billion a year. And it's like, what fucking world are we living in? We have people sleeping on the street. We have people who work 3 jobs and can't pay the bills. We have people going bankrupt because of medical bills. Fuck those people who are making that much money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is workable. Your boy's lying to you, is what I would say. Michael Wells, thanks for the $5. Kyle, wondering if you had time to check out Marlon Kraft and your thoughts. If so, he's a huge Knicks fan too. Let's go Knicks. Appreciate you both. I have not, my friend. I have not checked out Marlon Kraft, but I appreciate the donation. Have you heard of Marlon Kraft?
No. It vaguely sounds familiar.
American rapper song. Oh, he's the rapper guy.
Oh, the rapper. Yeah.
Did you listen to anything yet or no?
I haven't listened to his shit. I might have listened to one shit back in the day when I first saw he was with Mr. Throwback. It was good.
Somebody was telling me he's nice.
Yeah, he is good.
Who was telling us? Was it him? Was it Michael Wells telling us he was nice? I think somebody else told me he was nice too, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe someone else. Because I got a friend who lives in Queens that said he knew of him and that his music was good.
Wes Nelson, thanks again, man. Oh, wait, hold up. Kyle, who is going to be the one guest to have the Stones to call Rogan out directly to his face for his Trump support? I mean, a lot of people have been doing it in sort of a roundabout way, but who will do it directly? I don't know, man. That's a good-ass question. Who will do it directly? Who has the balls to call out Rogan directly?
Like Theo Vaughn going back on there to like kind of clear the air on his shit.
No, he already had Theo Vaughn on. And Theo Vaughn did it in like a roundabout way. He would talk about issues where Trump sucks. Dave Smith will talk about issues where Trump sucks, but he won't like call Rogan out directly about that. Which I get.
Shane Gillis got like mad about the Michelle Obama thing, but he wouldn't still talk shit about Trump.
Right. Like Shane Gillis will low-key disagree with Trump and Rogan to Rogan's face, but like, I don't know. I don't think anybody's going to call him out directly and be like, hey man, you fucked up. Like you hitched your wagon to this fucking psychopath and now the ship is sinking, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody will do it, to answer your question. Hi, Ben, and thanks for the $10. Super disappointing that Jerry Seinfeld is such a Zionist because Seinfeld was my favorite show growing up. Also, congrats, Kyle. Congrats, Knicks, from a Sixers fan. Love your Trump impression. It sounds like Cartman. Stop, you guys.
Yeah, Seinfeld was coming out of a Knicks game and a guy put a camera in his face and he was just like,
free Palestine. He said, can I get a free Palestine? And Seinfeld goes, it doesn't exist. Yeah. That's actually like the perfect Seinfeld answer, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it fits him perfectly. The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on Gwyneth Paltrow / stars you wouldn't boycott no matter what? What? How would you handle Crystal starting to disagree with you more often than not? Thoughts on Gwyneth Paltrow / stars you wouldn't boycott no matter what? I don't know what that means, bro.
We're fucking boycott Gwyneth Paltrow. Fuck her.
Yeah, and also, didn't she do? Oh yeah, she did an ad for like, was it some shit in Israel or was it some shit in Saudi Arabia? She did some ad there, but he was like, "Fuck you." So yeah, fuck her. She's also weird. She's also weirdly like
You're basically saying we wouldn't boycott her, and we're just like, no, we're boycotting her right now.
Yeah. She's also weird on like medical shit. Like, I don't know. I never liked her. And how would I handle Crystal starting to disagree with me more often than not? I don't know. It's a very hypothetical question because her values are sort of locked in and my values are sort of locked in, and we're very simpatico on them. So it would almost feel like that's not Crystal anymore if she were to do that. You know what I'm saying? But theoretically, if she were to disagree with me more, I mean, I would probably handle it like I handle it with anybody who I'm close with, which is like, okay, if we disagree on that shit, we don't even gotta talk about that shit really. Like, it's okay. Let's talk about some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It would just be weird because then there'd be more things you don't talk about with your wife, and I like to talk about everything with my wife, you know?
Oh, they were saying Tim Dillon. Would Tim Dillon be someone to maybe get Rogan as?
No, Tim Dillon, he'll call out Trump and he'll like disagree with Joe, but he'll never call him out directly and be like, you fucked up by hitching your wagon to this. Tim Dillon might low-key do it off air. He might tell him like talking to him on the phone or something like, hey man, you really gotta, like, this is bad. But I don't think he'll do it on air. Not a chance. Yeah. Adam King, thanks for the $5. How's the World Cup been for y'all? World Cup's usually my favorite time. Most games have been enjoyable. With NBA playoffs now done, I highly suggest y'all watch it. Adam, I am already watching it. We already watched it. We watched the Brazil game the other day. Who'd they play? Was it Netherlands? No, Morocco. It was Brazil versus Morocco. Watch that shit.
Netherlands played Japan, and Japan like tied them to the shit.
Yes, I was just watching the Iran game, but my internet shit the bed, so I turned the TV off. I didn't want to fucking run it. But it was Iran. I forget who they were playing. It was Iran versus New Zealand or Australia, one of the two.
That's cool.
And I hope they win. I hope Iran wins the entire World Cup.
Just the World Cup energy is kind of dope. I'm helping out a buddy of mine, like working some games at the American Dream Mall, which is right next to MetLife Stadium. And just the energy is fucking awesome. Like seeing people from so many different countries come together and just wild out for their country is pretty dope.
Flowers and Vanucci, thanks for the $5. Who you got winning the U.S. Open this weekend? Also, early Father's Day to the two of you. And wouldn't it be hilarious if Iran beat the USA in the World Cup? Bro, I hope so. I genuinely hope so. I do. I actually hope so. We should, like, the second that we bombed their fucking, like, little girls' elementary school and then, like, lied about it, I was like, okay, fuck us. Like, just fuck us. No, like, I'm rooting for Iran 100% right now. And to answer who's gonna win the U.S. Open, I'm not going to make a prediction. I'm not sure. But I will say Tommy Fleetwood likes this course, and it suits his game perfectly. And it's going to be really fucking windy. And he's a low ball draw player, which is going to be better for these conditions. So I will say I think Tommy Fleetwood is due for like a top 10. I'll say that.
There you go.
Jack Follensby, thanks for the $20. Went online to order the Knicks championship hat like 2 hours after the game, but was already sold out. Have mine arriving August 24th. I'll be at the parade Thursday. I want to kiss Zoran or Jalen on the lips or both. I don't know if you saw. I tweeted the other day. I said, in the name of the Jalen, the Zoran, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Facts. I got my shit. I got lucky. I actually had a buddy who went to Dick's at 6 a.m. and like ended up buying like a lot of shit.
Wow.
And I saw he was wearing one. I randomly was like, "Yo, you didn't get me one?" And he was like, I actually bought a bunch of these bitches. So mine's a little weird. Like, so you can tell that
I like it, bro.
It's cool, but you could tell they had the platform of the hat and the patch is what they put on last. So mine is like a little high up on the shit. Like it should be a little lower because you look at some other ones, like the difference. But yeah, the patch was just added on. So that was just like a press on and send it out. But I like the white one. I got the black one when they won the Eastern Conference Finals, so I had to get this shit too.
Yeah, I gotta get some shit.
But Jack, if you see me at the parade, if I'm there, say what up, dog.
Yeah. Our boy Bobby's trying to meet up with you too, Corin.
Yeah. I'll meet up with Bobby. If I go, I'll definitely meet up.
Jonathan Gasana, thanks for the $10. Congrats to the Knicks on doing the double NBA Cup and World Championship or NBA Championship. All my life, they've been a dysfunctional franchise. Congrats to them, Kyle K. Corin, the Knicks fans everywhere. Yeah, agreed, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Bro. It felt good. It felt really good. The only time I felt like that, the only time I really felt like that after a sporting event, which would be equal, would be Tiger Woods winning the Masters in 2019.
Yeah, that's probably a good feeling.
That was the same as this. But outside of that, it's very rare you get a feeling like this in sports, bro. Like, I'll go back and watch. They're going to come up with a documentary on this series, and it's going to be so dope, and I can't wait to watch that shit. Just like I always go back and watch the 2019 Masters, I'll go back and watch that shit, you know?
Yep.
Southeast Coys, thanks for the $10. Thank God for the World Cup, an event that brings the world together as a community. That UFC event / Josh Hokett moment is the polar opposite of what makes the World Cup great. Who do you have winning? Again, I'm not good enough to make a sort of prediction on this shit, but the U.S. look great, and I'm rooting for Mexico. I'm rooting for Brazil. I'm rooting for Iran. I'm rooting for the more lefty countries or the countries punching us, the big bully, in the mouth right now. Is Yemen in that bitch? Shout out Yemen. Do the Houthis have a World Cup team? Shout out to the Houthi team.
I mean, like, as much as I hate like all the USA, like when USA Hockey won the shit, I kind of was happy, but then also was kind of like, fuck all them because they're all Trumpers. Like, I want to see USA Soccer win it, but also like they're probably all Trumpers too.
No, but you know what? For the soccer, most of them look like they're definitely not Trumpers.
Okay, good.
So that's a good consolation prize where I don't feel as bad if they do well as like they're immigrants and they're all black and brown and like they definitely don't fuck with Trump. So like low key, I'm cool with them doing well, you know.
That's fair.
But I do want Iran to beat them still. I will say that. Kay Sutherland, thanks for the $10. I hate asking this, Kyle, but Trump is overriding all environmental laws to build his stupid wall through Big Bend National Park in Texas. Could you please cover it? It's a dire situation. For sure, man. For sure. I'm sure that there's gonna be, I'm sure like More Perfect Union or somebody is gonna do a good breakdown on that, and I can play that and react to it. It's he's just a bulldozer. He's just the worst. Cartoon, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on athletes like Terrence Crawford being at the UFC event and getting a photo with Trump? I mean, you're at this point, you're just telling on who you are, right? Like nobody's taking pictures with him in 2026, and they're like not okay with him. You know, like
they're doing it for a reason. They're trying to get some gain out of that shit.
Totally. Like I will say, if the Knicks go to the White House, I will be so disappointed. I will be so fucking pissed off if they go to the White House. Because they're better than that. And I think they know they're better than that. Like, they have better politics than that. You know what I'm saying?
Just Mitchell Robinson and Dolan there.
Yeah, I could see that. To be honest. Benny Johnson Twitter adds, thanks for the $10. Champions, orange and blue skies, one of the most dominant runs of all time. Entire team should get statues. Mike Brown should get a statue. We also not only beat the Spurs, we also beat the refs. That's exactly right. And that is not a conspiracy. That is proven, in my opinion. Appreciate
OG definitely needs a statue of that tip.
Oh, my God, that tip-in. Oh, my days. That was so amazing. Where would you rank this Knicks team to the best moment in New York City sports history? Say compare Giants versus Pats in 2008. This is a better question for Corin because I watch golf and I watch the NBA and I watch like a little bit of hockey. So I don't know enough about the other sports to like weigh in on this. Corin, what would you say?
I think it's number one. I mean, I'm not even being biased. I mean, like the Giants versus Patriots in 2008 was ridiculous because that was when David Tyree got the helmet catch.
Yes.
There's
I remember
the
that.
Jets and the Giants. Like, there's two football teams. There's the Bills technically in New York. Like, the Knicks are the only basketball team in New York outside of Brooklyn. But like, everybody is a Knicks fan, and like the fact that they won a championship in 50, like time matters in this shit. Like 53 years is a lot like more powerful than the Giants win in 2008 because they had won, I think, back in the 80s or some shit like that. So I think like just the distance and time alone makes this like number one.
It's a good ass point. But you could also, there's like a lot of clutch moments the Knicks had coming down the stretch. Like Jalen shot right over the top of Wemby.
Yeah,
right over the top of
so
Wemby.
Many, like people could say there was that moment with David Tyree catching the shit on his helmet, but then you can counter that with the Wemby tip, the fucking Brunson 3. Like, you know, like there's so many of those moments that happened in the series too.
Yeah, the Mitchell Robinson rebound, like I said, was when I was like, "Oh my god, we're gonna win the chip." That was when that's when I allowed the thought in my head, like, we might win this thing.
Josh Hart missed a layup that like
remember that.
I was like kind of like fuck, but like then he got saved.
He did get saved. In defense of the genre, thanks for the $5. I'm struggling with enjoying anything like pro sports, knowing the owners are pedo fascists. I almost want to let go of sports altogether. First of all, that was funny in the way you worded it, because like, I don't know if it's not like all the owners are pedo fascists. They're not all part of the Epstein class. You know what I'm saying? And they're not all fucking MAGA hats, but a lot of them are, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, what do people call it? Revolutionary optimism. Like, you have to have a revolutionary optimism where like you're realistic, but like you hope for the best, but expect the worst. And like, you're allowed in your life to like have hobbies and have things you enjoy that are like, you know, give yourself a little bit of an unplugging moment from the despair of politics. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would say it's hard to maintain your sanity if you don't do that. So there's something very healthy about allowing yourself outlets, whether it be hobbies or sports or what have you. So, like, don't be so hard on yourself. I definitely allow yourself to enjoy some of this shit. I mean, Dolan is a big Trumper, and he owns the Knicks. Fuck Dolan. Fuck Trump. But, like, in my mind, it's like, bro, I liked the Knicks before I even knew anything about who the owner was and how political the shit was. So, like, and then there's people on the team. Most of the guys on the team are flaming left-wingers. Like, Josh Hart hates Trump. So, like, you know, there's upsides and downsides to everything. And this is one of those things where sports you could just enjoy for what it is, in the sense that it's as close as we get in this shitty world to an actual meritocracy. And I think there's something to be said about that.
Good point.
Oh, Become Numa, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on fake alien invasion theory to turn Earth into one totalitarian government? Sounds crazy as fuck, but with all these UFO psyops lately, No, I'm of the belief that all this UFO psyop shit is straight up just to distract from the Epstein files and distract from the illegal war against Iran and distract from Trump's 1,000 corruption scandals. I think that's what they're doing. It's a real, like, hey, look over here, don't look over here type shit. I don't think it's part of some bigger plan like that. I think it's more like, we got to try to get these people away from these horrible things we're doing and just like, hey, you idiots like this, right? Aliens. Yeah, dude, look at that.
Aliens is such the easy one to just like, when they don't have any assassination attempts, to like just throw out the aliens and try to get people on that.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. If requiring voter ID strips it away as a right, then Canada, Japan, plus almost all of Europe doesn't have a right to vote. 83% of the U.S., 71% of Democrats support it. Here's the thing, though. I'm okay with voter ID, but if you do that, you have to automatically mail everybody an ID. The thing that makes it voter suppression is if you say you need an ID to vote, and then like 30% of the country doesn't have that ID, and then you make it hard to get that ID. And it's like you're just disenfranchising people from a right. You understand? Like, a right is a right. By getting an ID, it's like saying you need a permit. Well, permit comes from the word permission, which means you need to be allowed to do something. That's the opposite of a right. So, like, that's the argument, is if you're just going to send out the ID automatically, I'm fine with it. Then voter ID is fine. But if you're going to say you need an ID, but also here's 3-step process you have to go through, well, some people aren't going to go through that process. Should they lose their right to vote in that scenario? It just seems fucked up, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's how you got to look at it. You can't, don't be so autistic that it's like, oh yeah, it's just an ID. What's the big deal? It's like, no, the details matter. And if you just mail out the ID, fine. But if it's not that, then I'm definitely against it, you know? Joey Minneapolis, thanks for the $10. Watching since high school, and now I'm a resident anesthesiologist. Thoughts on resident doctors unionizing? We make $70,000 a year, work 60 to 80-hour weeks, while hundreds of thousands in student debt. I mean, yeah, man, that sounds like a good idea to me. I know doctors who've gone through residency, and it is fucking hell on earth, man. It is like nonstop. You're sleeping there and shit. You got all these fucked up hours. Like, you guys are the ones doing the real heavy work. I feel like, you know, the doctors who've been there forever and make a shitload of money, they're like sort of pawn everything off to you. Yeah. So for sure, yeah. I mean, I think unionizing for sure would be a good thing. I think you guys should at least make $100,000 a year.
They're working like 23 hours, and then are the ones that have to go in at 3 a.m. and like save someone's life while they're fucking half dead asleep.
Yeah. Although I will say, if you're an anesthesiologist, I feel like that's a lot better than being like an emergency room physician, because like at least you know exactly what you're doing every time you sort of go in there. And I will say, if I was trying to pick a field of medicine to get into, I think I'd probably pick anesthesiology because I find that interesting. But shout out to you, Joey. Appreciate you, man. Joshua, thanks for the $10. Why are there people who are more concerned with what won't work in the economy than trying to address actual concerns? Also, how come Becerra was popular than Steyer in California? I mean, look, I hate to say it, but I think it's true. If Bernie and AOC endorsed Steyer, I think he would have won. You know, I think it was a big mistake of Bernie and AOC not to endorse Steyer. But Crystal made this point to me that, like, I don't know, is AOC sort of like, does AOC want to run for president? And the reason she didn't endorse Steyer is because Steyer, if he gets into California and does Medicare for all in California, is AOC thinking like he's going to be competition to me and he's going to fucking like beat me running for president?
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Is that was Crystal's theory? Maybe that I don't know I don't know. But I think if AOC endorsed, I think if Bernie endorsed, I think Steyer would have won. Honestly, it's a shame that they didn't endorse. But if you're asking why ultimately people voted against him, given those facts, it probably is because he's a billionaire. And like they understandably have a feeling of like, just I'm done with billionaires. I don't want any billionaires because these are the worst people in the world. And they're right. Just the difference is this guy's a class traitor, which makes him good. So he would have been better. And Becerra, yeah, like you got to understand, California is a very Latino population. And there is something to be said about this guy's also Latino. And they feel like, well, he's not a billionaire and he's Latino. So let's go with this Democrat, right? So it's a shame, but it is what it is. We lick our wounds and we move on. Wait, did you go back to that last one? Did we?
Yeah, that was the same.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Never mind. Gabe, thanks for the $20. Let's go Knicks. I was in New York City for Game 5, and the city was electric. Is this a new NBA dynasty that we are witnessing? How likely do you think the Knicks could make the finals again next year? It's a good question, bro. It's a good question. I mean, so Halliburton's going to be back, although he's gained a lot of weight, and he's had some issues, right?
I'm not worried about Indiana.
But Celtics
can be fully healthy.
Yeah, but Celtics are making moves. It's not going to be Jaylen Brown and Tatum again. I think Jaylen Brown.
They're talking about maybe potentially Giannis pairing up with Tatum.
The Celtics.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Then that'd be a serious ass fucking right there. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a really, really good question. And I guess we'll find out. But I'll tell you this for sure. I think they're going to be a contender. You know. Yeah. Will they repeat? I don't know, but for sure they're going to be a contender, and we'll have to see what moves everybody else makes and like who seems like they're playing well.
Facts.
Southeast Coys, thanks for the $5. Do you worry that it's going to take more than 8 years of social democratic president to implement our agenda? Might have to use the unitary executive theory. Yes, I worry about. Forget just that, bro. I worry about even getting back to motherfucking baseline at this point with all the damage Trump has done. Like, it's going to take 8 years of a good Democratic president just to fucking undo the damage this man did. Like, it really is the case. Never mind actually doing new things that are good, like universal health care, free college, or whatever. So, yes, I'm worried about all that shit. There's a massive mess to clean up, and then it's hard to imagine, like, going above and beyond the mess. Yeah. Benny Johnson Twitter asks, thanks for the $10. Who do y'all think wins the U.S. Open? Obviously rooting for Rory McIlroy. He needs to win on a tough setup. After Congressional played very soft in 2011. Also, Kyle, do you plan on going since it's in New York? I do not plan on going.
Oh, where's the U.S. Open this year?
Shinnecock, which is Long Island.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah. I went to Bethpage. I've been to that. I actually went to there in 2002 when was it? Oh yeah, it was 2002 when Tiger won, and I went there in 2009. I want to say when Luke Glover won. Yeah, I went there a bunch of times, and I think I even went there for like a regular tour event, not a fucking major as well. But I never went to Shinnecock Hills. But yeah, I said earlier I'm not sure who I'm feeling this week, but I do think Tommy Fleetwood suits the course. He likes the course. He almost shot 62 there the last time the major was there, and with the windiness and the firmness and his ball flight, I feel like he's one of the favorites. So I'm picking Fleetwood for a top 10, but I don't really have thoughts on who's going to be winner.
Thanks, Benny.
Joshua Loves Art, thanks for the $5. What would a debate between Mehdi Hassan and Stephen A. Smith look like? It would look like Mehdi Hassan obliterating Stephen A. Smith and Stephen A. making really terrible arguments to try to desperately save his ass. That's what it would look like.
Trump going after Stephen A. Smith.
I saw that. Downfall parodies. I think I covered it.
Oh, really?
Downfall parodies. Thanks for the $10. Prior to 2009, women were banned from the Senate pool because the men like to swim naked. Feel sorry for those who know what Chuck Grassley and Bernie look like naked. I bet Lindsay yearns for those days. Oh my God.
That's true.
Bro, I'm not. I refuse to believe that Bernie swam naked at any point. He's not the type. He does.
Is that a rumor that's going around? Is this a thing? Like that there's
it might
a Senate
be real.
pool?
I feel like I may have heard this before, to be honest with you. But it's so funny to be like, we only do this naked and women are banned. Because like you would think most guys would be like, if it's gonna be naked, I hope there's some women there.
Yeah.
Is that I only get to see fucking Chuck Grassley swanging ass balls in that bitch. Like, fuck that. I would never go to
Bernie
that.
would definitely have some swinging ass balls too.
True. Somebody told me, so a guy who used to work at the car dealership with me told me that he went to a Catholic school, and when they were kids, the priest would tell them when it was time to swim, they would say, get naked and go swimming.
Ooh.
And they thought nothing of it, but then when they got older, they realized, like, hold on, some pedophile ass priest getting us naked. Like, they didn't realize it until later, and that's sort of what that story reminded me of. But anyway, QC man, thanks for the $5. What is it with the Cavs and Spurs not taking the L and just saying the Knicks were better? I almost expected Wemby to tell Spurs fans to storm the NBA office. Yeah, man, like, I'm not even expecting, like, you just have to not be a douchebag. I'm not expecting you to glaze our team. I'm not expecting you to, like, suck us off. But, like, you could say, like, oh, yeah, their offense is great. It's just something, right? Like some little shit. And just don't be a douchebag and say, everybody knows we're going to come back from down 3-1. You know, we're the better team. Like,
or just state the obvious. They won the game. We didn't play our best. They all like,
right, yeah, don't like.
Say what happened.
Don't be a douche. But they were douches. They were massive, massive douches.
Thanks.
Madeira, thanks for the $10. The chances of you both going MAGA is extremely low, but never zero. If that godforsaken day ever comes, how could we pull you back? You don't have to worry about us going MAGA, man. Are you kidding me?
Going MAGA.
This is fucking, you're like, these are like, they're like the devil. Like, I don't want to be the devil. Like, fuck that, you know?
Oh.
Metalhead Matt, thanks again, man. Ours are mogging D's on nanny state bullshit. 2020 D's with Biden voted for AI car kill switch /211 against Massey. I'm with Vosh. Privacy /liberty over safety. Yeah, I haven't followed this, but assuming your numbers are real, then yeah, that's not a good vote right there. AI car kill switch, yeah, I wouldn't even have AI in the fucking cars. That's crazy. I would be driving like a 1997 fucking 4Runner or some shit. Like, I would pick anything to not have to fucking deal with this, you know?
Yeah, who would want that?
Tracy Eva, thanks for the $10 for the #1 Knicks fan of all time. That's exactly right. Appreciate you, Tracy.
Thanks, Tracy.
Cartoon, thanks again, man. Thoughts on the DOJ giving thumbs up to the Paramount Warner Brothers merger, yet many states want to do lawsuit as well as a UK investigation. Will that stop it? I don't know, brother. I do not know. I mean, the way everything's going right now, I feel like, no, it probably won't stop it, but I think it's horrible. I think it's fucking horrible. I think these consolidations are terrible. I think we need to go back to the Trustbuster days and take these bitches down. And I mean, we're witnessing like the fascist consolidation of media under the auspices of MAGA billionaires, and it's like the worst thing I've ever seen. Mr. Yikes, thanks for the $5. Kyle, can you box Destiny or Asmongold for a charity? No. But thank you for the $5. Benny Johnson Twitter adds, thanks again, man. Also, what are your thoughts on people on social media saying every golf major winning score should be -2 at best? I think that's dumb and overlooks the uniqueness of each course in each major. Totally agree with you. Get courses to -2. I mean, these guys are so good. You'd have to like make it totally unfair, right? Like, you'd have to, I don't know, make the greens like concrete somehow. You'd have to grow the rough out to like fucking 6 inches. You have to. It's not possible. It's just not possible to do. So every night, I like it when U.S. Opens are tough, but you know, other courses, like, they should all have their own identity. You know.
Yeah, I feel like you don't want to see guys like struggling. It's like when I watch the WNBA.
At the U.S. Open, I do, but not
really?
anywhere else. Yeah, I mean, that's because that's the identity of the U.S. Open is we're the toughest. Like, you're gonna score the worst here.
Even more than the Masters.
Oh, for sure. The Masters is just
really?
like a beautiful course. Like, it's just a gorgeous course. But and you have
US
to be
Open,
creative at the Masters. But the US Open is like, we're gonna fucking punch you in the face, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And the British Open, isn't it like always super windy at that shit and stuff?
Usually, yeah. Usually the scores there, the scores there could be really low or really high. Like, it's all because of the weather. And the draw matters. Like, sometimes you go out in the morning, like, you have a big advantage, or you go out in the afternoon, you have a big advantage. It's very like all over the place, you know?
Yeah.
Jacobs Tech, thanks for the $10. Go Knicks. Kyle, what was your favorite part of King's Dominion? I've been going there since I was a kid. P.S. Go support the show performers if you go again, since they work so hard and are overlooked. My favorite part of King's Dominion is leaving King's Dominion. I'm not a kid, bro. Like, I've never been a theme park guy. Like, there's some people who just like being like tossed around in space. Like, hey, put me in a fucking roller coaster and let me go in 78 loop-de-loops. I've never been like that my entire life. I've never liked fucking roller coasters. I'm not a pool guy, so I don't like going into the pool, the wave pool, or whatever the fuck.
Did you go on this shit?
I went on nothing. I'm a grown man. I'm there for the fucking kid's birthday. I'm not there for myself, you know?
This roller coaster looks OD as a motherfucker.
I'll say my favorite part, even though I didn't have it this last time I went, is the funnel cake. Probably probably my favorite part.
Oh yeah, I get, bro. Who does that? That shit, I would shit my pants. I would shit my pants if I did that shit.
Some people live for that shit, you know.
Oh my god!
As I've gotten older, like when I was a kid, I did a lot of trampoline wrestling and probably gave myself what's it called? CTE. Yeah, I almost said CTD. I don't know why. See, that's CTE right there. I gave myself CTE, most likely. But now as I'm older, I can feel like if I'm like bouncing on a trampoline or some shit, I can feel my brain sloshing around in my head, and it feels horrible.
I'm the same.
So that's why like when it comes to, you know, King's Dominion shit, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get, you know.
Yeah.
SC Truth, thanks for the $10. Kyle, please don't platform Fuentes positively for making the most basic points against Trump. You can't take your distance from the alt-right for granted when your vids get recommended to people who don't know you. Well, I disagree, because there's this little thing called divide and conquer, and we like divide and conquer. And in order to do divide and conquer, you have to talk about your enemies. And, you know, I don't really think we run the risk of people in my audience going down that pipeline, because I've been known to get people out of that pipeline, not into that pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I mean, I trust the intelligence of a liberal or leftist viewer. I trust your intelligence, and you know what I'm doing when I'm talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene or talking about Tucker Carlson or talking about Nick Fuentes. And I always try to I always try to stress that, yeah, this motherfucker's a Nazi and he sucks. Even videos where like he makes a good point against Trump, I'm always like, yeah, but fuck you, because you supported this motherfucker, you know, and you are a white nationalist and shit. So I understand what you're saying, but it's a very like woke 1.0 coded thing. And now we're in woke 2.0. It's dark woke. We do whatever the fuck we can to win, and that includes divide and conquer. So I'm just going to keep doing that bitch as much as possible.
Facts. And people like should see the totality of your work and know that like what you stand on.
And also, you're not to say use the word platform in this instance. I just feel like is factually wrong. I'm not platforming him. I'm covering something he said. Platforming him is like having him on and debating or discussing something with him. And I'm not doing that. And I've made a choice to not do that. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Some real news. Thanks for the $5. How did Trump steal 2024 when he wasn't in power, but lost in 2020 when he was? Doesn't make sense. What are some non-obvious clues someone is secretly MAGA? So to answer your thing about the election, I don't know, bro. I don't know. All I know is Ashley St. Clair said that she has text messages where Elon basically admits that he stole the shit using computers or whatever the fuck, his Starlink satellites or whatever the fuck. Greg Palast says between ballot spoiling and ballot purging and Jim Crow tricks in certain states, they were able to steal the shit. In terms of the logistics of it, I don't know. Now, what are some non-obvious clues someone is secretly MAGA? I mean, generally, as a rule of thumb, Oakley sunglasses, driving a truck, like wearing Carhartt, like, you know, there's like secret, subtle, being an old white guy, like there's a lot of subtle things.
Some low-key racist shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of subtle things where you go, okay, you're probably this, and then it's like, they could prove you wrong, in which case you change your mind, but like you can default to assuming like, okay, old white guy, probably right wing, you know.
If they honk right when the light turns green, probably secretly MAGA.
I don't know about that one, dog. I do that shit all the time.
Right away, right when the fucking thing.
If it's like more than 4 seconds, I'm gonna give a little love tap in that bitch.
Yeah, 4 seconds, 100%. But that shit will go boop, and people are like boop. I'm like, that shit just fucking booped.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Believing Christine Ford a Dem, but not Fifield, whose claims Ryan Grimm finds believable, is hack shit. Both are politically motivated and lack evidence. Yeah, disagree. I believe Christine Blasey Ford. I don't believe Fifield, or whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah, she's works for the fucking Heritage Foundation and Project 2025, right? And she's the only one of all the exes of Plattner who say like, oh, he was a toxic boyfriend and you know, what'd they say? He's unsettling. He's an unsettling boyfriend. She's the only one. Why is it the other ones were like, yeah, he's fine, and I like him. And then there were like a couple that were like, yeah, he womanized and drank, but like that's standard ass like fucking shit, especially from somebody who was in war and is all fucked up in the head. Now, in terms of Kavanaugh, I believe anything against that motherfucker. He's got the vibe of like a creepy ass frat bro. I know guys like Kavanaugh. That motherfucker's guilty. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that motherfucker's guilty. These like Ivy League fucking frat bro types, they're a trillion times more predatory than somebody like Plattner, like an ex-military dude. They're a trillion times more predatory. Sorry. Those are my thoughts. You can disagree with them, but those are my thoughts.
No, I agree with that.
Sonic Singularity, thanks for the $20. Update on my cat. He is home and doing significantly better. He's on meds that didn't exist a few years ago for something called FIP, which used to be a death sentence. Shout out to medical research that Doge would have cut. That's incredible, man. I love that. Shout out to your cat. Happy he's doing better. Nothing more precious than these little fur babies that we have. But love you, bro. That's awesome.
A lady at my jiu-jitsu gym tell me that she had put food out on her porch for a cat that started coming by, and then another cat started coming by. And I told her your story, how you brought in 2 cats as well, but you had to keep them in the bathroom for a couple of days or some shit, right? To kind of like,
yeah. So the first one we had to keep in the bathroom for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, maybe 4 weeks, because she wanted, it's the only way she would calm down and feel at home and feel safe. And then slowly but surely got her out of there. Yeah, and then the other one came in. He was a little more quick. He's more sociable, so he was like kind of out pretty quickly.
But was that like an isolation thing for like safety, or was that just to get acclimated to like where you were at?
Well, theoretically, you are supposed to do it for like physical safety reasons because they don't have their vaccines and shit yet. But for that cat in particular, it was also like a mental thing because that cat is very skittish. That cat doesn't like being around people and is scared all the time. Wait, go back. I think you missed one.
Oh, did I? No, it was the cat.
Yeah, never mind. I fucked up. My bad. Myra, thanks for the $20. Congrats, Knicks. Rooted for the Spurs, but after Game 4 had to flip, convinced Fox is a Mossad agent. Brunson's post-game touched my heart. Dude is the GOAT, Nick. I don't care. Much love to Kyle and Corin. # trans rights. Shout out, Myra. Appreciate you. Glad you flipped to the Knicks side. And yeah, man, like listening to the interviews with Brunson after the win, he's a down-to-earth dude. And low-key, like his dad absolutely fucking abused him, bro. I don't know, Corin, if you've seen some of the shit, but like the fact that Rick Brunson sat there on fucking Inside the NBA and said, after your son just won a chip for the Knicks for the first time in over 50 fucking years, and you say the best Knick I've seen in my life is Patrick Ewing, bro, nah, I'm sorry, dog. It's a wrap. Kenny was shocked. Yeah, and Kenny made a face and was like,
I mean, he played with Ewing, so like he knows.
Kenny was like, now it's going to be debatable because Jalen won a chip. Ewing never won a chip.
Yeah.
So he was abusive, bro. Rick definitely abuses the shit out of his son, but that shit worked.
I saw a funny video of these guys were in the kitchen. They were like, "There's an active shooter in the room or something." They were all ducking. They were like, "But De'Aaron Fox is the shooter." So they all stood up and just continued on their business.
QC man, thanks for the $5. Since the Knicks ended up winning the chip, are you happy in retrospect that the Knicks lost the Trump game?
It actually is kind of cool that they lost that game.
Because now that goes into the lore, right? That Trump is the fucking evil curse. He's like the fucking, he gives off the bad vibe. So yeah, actually, in retrospect, absolutely, it makes sense.
It is so funny that the one game they lost was the one that he was at.
Yeah, but like literally everybody agrees that's actually because of him. Like he actually did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
RSN, thanks for the $5. Not a basketball fan, but happy for Mike Brown after he got fired from Sacramento Kings. He got the last half over the Kings and De'Aaron Fox. Exactly fucking right, bro. Also, imagine being a Mavericks fan where you traded Jalen and you traded Luka, and all you got back was Anthony Davis for like 3.5 games before he hurt himself again.
And he's not even with the team anymore.
Facts. Yeah, now he's with the Wizards. Yeah. Ashton, now you again. Thanks for the $10. San Antonio, Texas here. Congrats on the chip. Not salty at all. Symbolically, it was long overdue, like Cubs World Series win. Have y'all seen Idiocracy? The UFC thing is almost literally pulled from the movie. That's what I was saying, man. For everybody watching this right now, if you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, do yourself a favor and watch it. It is shocking how it feels like a literal documentary in the Trump era. It's shocking. Like you go and watch that and you go, holy shit. It's like, did they know something we didn't? Like that we've gotten to this point where it kind of feels like that's real. So
it was like a Hollywood movie, or was it like an actual...
It was a movie, just a regular movie. Yeah, it was like Hollywood, I guess. But it's a well-known movie. Definitely check it out. Mohi, thanks for the $10. As a Nets fan, wow, the only one. That's incredible. Happy for New York City. Crowds were crazy. Wish I was there. I hope Nets can follow a youth core plus veteran lineup to win it by 2028 that will align with the lefties blue wave. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Yeah. I do not know about that. Aren't they like one of the worst teams in the league right now?
They're horrendously bad.
Low-key, I think the Wizards might sneak into the playoffs next year. They got a chance, bro. Trae Young is on a contract year, and Anthony Davis is on a contract year. And they got Alex Sarr, and they got that new pick that they got.
But again, it's the chemistry. Like I
agree completely, but there's also a chance that there's enough ass cheeks teams that like they'll get a little something together and make the playoffs. You only got to be above like fucking 500 to make the playoffs.
Yeah, they could probably make the playoffs, at least the play-in game or some shit. But again, it's the chemistry is the biggest thing, man, and that's what I think. Like the Knicks have that. Like the Nets don't have it. They all play for themselves.
It's true.
Wizards, like Trae Young doesn't give a fuck about any of those guys on the team. Anthony
True.
Davis is very worried about his fucking comedy show.
Skeptical, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, did you hear about the Medline in Tracy, California that caught on fire? Yeah, I worked there and lost my keys and wallet and almost my car. Couldn't get it until it was safe, but they made me a new key. I did not see that, but that sounds crazy, bro. That is fucking insane.
What is Medline? Is like it's a health shit, right? I had to think it.
Medline, Tracy, Tracy fire. What we know about the Medline warehouse fire in Tracy.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you're safe, dog. Massive fire. Sometimes
destroyed
that should happen.
1 million foot. Oh, medical supply distribution center. Ooh, that's going to have big impacts on the world. That's not good. You know, medical stuff. Like you got to wonder, like, is some of this stuff sabotage, right? Like with these wars, with these wars that we're in, like a lot of these oil refineries and shit went up in smoke recently. And now this one, it's like, is this sabotage? Like could be, right? Like we don't have fucking good defenses in this country. We're a joke. We attack everybody else and expect it never to come back here.
And also sometimes a lot of these places, like, I mean, I don't know if it was in this case, but they burned down because of insurance reasons too.
Near the Far World, thanks for the $5. How can you be progressive and still watch modern Hunger Games? So much evil covered up so you can clap like seals, but your opinion overrides reality. You're talking about the UFC, I assume. Yeah, man. I mean, I kind of agree with you because UFC sort of takes away any pretense of being like civilized. At least when you look at boxing, like they wear the gloves.
Yeah.
And it feels, I don't know, it just feels like a little more highbrow. But when you look at UFC, there is something about it that's uniquely like lowbrow and like fucking gross, you know, especially now that it code's so far right wing. So I kind of agree with you.
Yeah, UFC just feels fucking dirty. At least like the referees in boxing wear like a bow tie.
That's funny. Wallace's Wood, thanks for the $10. Brunson can bone my wife. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Skeptical, thanks for the $5. My car is safe and in good condition, by the way. Well, that's good. We love to hear that.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
Shocked Guy, thanks for the $5. I told my then friend, big Asmine Comp fan, that Elon would be the first trillionaire. He disagreed. Now that I've been proven right, can you roast him? Okay, Shocked Guy's friend, you needed to listen to this person more. You obviously don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Stop listening to Asmongold and start listening to your friends who are trying to get you on the right path, dog. Come on, man.
Elon's
get it together.
He's a trillionaire?
Yeah, Elon's now a trillionaire. Yeah. Give me a sec. I'm going to go take a piss real quick.
Yeah. I mean, the other one is probably Jeff Bezos is he closing in on a trillionaire?
No, the closest one to Elon now is 300 billion. Like he's way ahead now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because of some scammy ass IPO shit. But anyway, I'm going to go take a piss real quick.
Oh, I'm surprised to hear that Elon is a trillionaire because, I mean, you heard all the news about Tesla starting to fail and even just like him, I don't know, not being popular anymore. So the fact that he's still making money and like his flight shit, all the flights are usually blowing up in the air. That's why I thought like Jeff Bezos would be closer. But the fact that Elon is still making money, even though he had a falling out with Trump, but I guess he's back in his good graces. Mohit, Mamdani is good juju for the Knicks. Arsenal and now hopefully Team USA in the World Cup. Knicks winning gives me hope for lefties to win politically. I agree that Mamdani is good for the Knicks. They've showed all the other mayors that have been in the office and they've just had horrendous records with them. I don't know much about Arsenal, but I think he's an Arsenal fan. And if they're doing well, it could bode well for Team USA. They had a phenomenal start to their first game. Hopefully Pulisic is good. But, yeah, I don't know how good Argentina is. I know Messi's old. Brazil is going to be good. There's a lot of good teams in the World Cup, but all it takes is one good game for them to come back. But I do agree that Mamdani is good juju for the Knicks, even though he's beefing with Dolan.
All right. Mohit, thanks for the $10. Mamdani is good jujubes for Knicks, Arsenal, and now hopefully for Team USA in the World Cup. Knicks winning gives me hope for lefties to win politically. Yeah, it does kind of feel like that, doesn't it? A little bit of hope in one realm sort of cascades into other realms, doesn't it?
Facts.
Check you later. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, happy Monday, dog. Just getting cozy tonight. So glad we got a peace deal. Kyle, when do you think Trump will finally pass away? I don't think he's making it until 2028. I really don't. I really don't think he's making it to 2028. I'd be shocked if he makes it that far, bro. Slop Apocalypse, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, as someone who needs to listen to something to sleep, what headphones do you use to sleep? So these ones I'm wearing right here, I don't know what the fuck they are, but they like wrap around the back of my ear.
Secret Service fingers.
I wear these until I'm already dozing off, and then I put my earplugs in. And those earplugs I got are fucking game changers, bro. Like, just incredible. So I wear
the
a
earplugs
mask.
you used before, or no? I think you've shouted whatever that you used.
I think we did show them on air one time. They're these like light purple fucking earplugs that are like noise canceling or something. And man, they work so well. So yeah, I do that and I wear a mask and that's how I go to sleep. But I'll wear these until I throw the earplugs in. Is your answer? I don't know what these are though. Bose something or other. Shocked guy, thanks for the $5. If Trump kept attending Knicks games and they lost the championship, how do you think New Yorkers would react? What would that timeline look like? I mean, New Yorkers already fucking hate him, but they hate him even more. You know, they hate him even more. There might be a January 6th from New Yorkers. You know, going there and fucking shit up. Benny Johnson Twitter asks, thanks again, man. My dad went to college at Rensselaer Polytechnic. He's a Knicks fan. My mom became a Knicks fan because of him. We all cried together so much when we won. I'm still trying to comprehend that it's real. It's exactly right, man. Think about how many New Yorkers had that same fucking experience. Everybody sitting there all those years. I remember being a kid playing. I had a little Nerf hoop on the back of my door as a kid, and I would shoot at it, and I would pretend to be like Charlie Ward and like fucking other Knicks, and then going all the way from there to I had to be 38 before we won one. It just feels so surreal, you know?
Yeah. It was a cool moment. That's why I was like, I don't give a fuck that I'm crying, man. This is a cool moment.
I think we all did, bro. Everybody teared up.
Yeah.
Near the Far World, thanks again, man. We nearly had nuclear war. Kyle wouldn't even have L. Johnson on to talk about it. But hey, your basketball team won. Darkwood Commander veteran. Okay. I'm not quite sure what you're saying, but it sounds like you're coming after me. So
yeah, it sounds like
screw you, bro.
We might have if you want Larry Johnson on, we can get him on to talk about the Knicks championship.
So there's like a former CIA guy named Larry Johnson. I think that's who.
It's Larry Johnson too.
Yeah, but I don't know why he's making it seem like I'm anti that guy. I've like literally covered things he said and reacted to it. So I'm not sure why he. Anyway, Bums in Blue, thanks for the $10. So happy for y'all. How many huge signings Knicks have had, and it's all the blue collar ballers who put you over the hump. I know Corin worked around the Knicks before. What was your job then? Go Lakers.
I worked in public relations, so I would work game nights at the arena, and I would kind of just pass out stats every time out. So like the radio guys, the reporters, so they can like add all that shit to the articles. And then after the game, I would get like player quotes from all the players, and I would transcribe that shit, type it up, print it out, and hand it out to the reporters. So like, you know, if Kyle's writing an article on Amon Shumpert, he could have his quotes from that night that said like, "Oh, I sucked a bag of dicks," and he can add that to his article.
Become Newman, thanks for the $10. Where do you think you two rank on the morality alignment compass? Vertical is good, neutral, evil, and horizontal is lawful, neutral, chaotic. You can Google for reference. I am lawful, leaning good. Good, neutral, evil, lawful, neutral, chaotic. I'm definitely lawful good, I would say.
Oh, really? I would like to think that I'm good. Yeah.
I would put you more
neutral.
I would put you chaotic good and me lawful good. That's what I would say. Yeah.
That works.
Anyway, there you go. Cosmere Dragon, thanks for the $10. Many good faith leftists have criticisms of Plattner while admitting he's better than Collins, such as Mike Figueredo, Ariana Jasmine, and FT Signifier. Any chance of having them on KKF to discuss? I don't want to feed into the Plattner hate industrial complex because I feel like that's only helping corporate Democrats and helping Zionists and stuff. I agree that there are some people who have good faith criticisms of him, but in this moment, to sort of parrot those things seems like helping the right without necessarily that being the point. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I'm actually not really interested in having those conversations. But there's a lot of good myself. I had criticisms of Graham Plattner. Like I understood the initial criticisms of Plattner, but now as time has gone by, those fears have been assuaged. You go back and look at the posts he made, and he was like commie posting. He was never a Nazi or anything like that. It's just absurd that anybody pretends that's the case. And then outside of that, like a lot of these people, a lot of like blue-eyed liberals hate him. And a lot of leftists just don't like the fact that he was in the military and stuff. And there's also a contingent of people who don't like that he just like codes MAGA, right? Like he's like a edgy white guy. And edgy white guys are like the last people who are really welcomed in leftist spaces for obvious reasons, because leftist white guys are problematic and they could be problematic in the future more so. So like, I understand the hesitancy, but like in this moment, I just find the debate wholly uninteresting because we're trying to beat Collins. We're trying to defeat MAGA fascism. And what's the point in nitpicking our candidate at this point, especially when that candidate is saying all the things we want to hear, which Plattner has done on a regular basis,
All right, we're halfway, so we'll go a little.
Yeah, we'll go faster because we only got a little bit of time left. Jordan Marks, thanks for the $5. Congrats on your Knicks, man. As a Warriors fan, I'm happy for Mike. I feel bad for Tibbs, but it obviously was the right choice. Yeah, and this is his too. Like he helped build the team up from nothing.
Exactly.
So he deserves a lot of credit too. Slayer Wolf, thanks for the $5. Thank you, Fox News, for giving Francesca Hong free advertisement. Tried to smear her, only to end up making her look based as fuck. Fox have been doing that a lot lately, haven't they, bro? They've been doing that with a lot of candidates. Bernie Sanchez, thanks for the $10. Go Knicks. Lots of love to you guys. Thank you, bro. Lots of love to you back. Appreciate you. Lead Hammer, thanks for the $10. Happy for you guys and the Knicks. Kyle, you're dumb as hell for rage quitting that 30-point comeback. Haha, what an awesome finals, and hopefully the Suns can get there first before I die. Am I dumb as hell, or did I make the comeback happen? I'll leave that to all you to fucking figure out.
It's funny to see all these other fans now from their franchises. Like, will I ever see a champ? Like, if you're a Grizzlies fan, like your ass ain't never seen a championship. Sorry.
And yeah, that's rough. Grizzlies is rough. Wizards is rough.
Wizards is rough too.
Jason Control, thanks for the $10. Israel can take out the leadership of Iran, but Iran can't take out Israeli leadership. Is it lack of intel or restraint? Unlikely second, third tiers would be better, but gotta chin check the bully. I mean, they've done their best to sort of like try to establish deterrence and like back, and I think they've done a decent job. But yeah, I mean, it's probably a lack of intel, to be honest, that they can't get like the top guys, I would say. Bernie, thanks again, man. Kyle, question: would you still root hard for Graham if instead of consensually texting adult women, he had made sweet love to Crystal? It's funny. So in my segment on this, what did I say? I said, like, you can sex my mom, I don't care. You can sex my sister, I don't care. I specifically did not say my wife. If he's sexing my wife, I'm riding hard for Mills, dog. I'm writing Mills in. No, I'm just kidding.
Here's his part two.
Because I'm getting ready to start a 2028 campaign for president. I'm willing to put you to the test right now. Easy, dog. Easy. That's my wife right there. Appreciate you, though. Bro Taco, thanks for the $5. The Spurs humiliated themselves harder than Christy Noam's husband. Congrats to the Knicks. Yeah, man, that's a close one though.
Yeah, he kind of
wearing some big ass titties like for no reason. That's sort of and jacking off and shit. Like,
I will say too, there weren't that many big old women down in San Antonio.
Got them big old women down. Ozempic's hitting like the fucking plague right now. That's the problem.
Yeah,
we need them big women down in San Antonio. They got them churros. Plus Ultra Adrian, thanks for the $5. I love how the Knicks winning the championship overshadowed Trump's stupid UFC event. My mom is a Knicks fan, so I was rooting for them. Congrats. Well, thank you, man. We really appreciate that. And I also love that that's overshadowing a lot of horrible things. Corin, did you see UFC 250?
I didn't, to be honest with you. The only reason I found out about it was because I saw the TMZ account that I follow was talking to Shane Gillis, and they asked him a question about the Michelle Obama shit, which I had no reference to what they were talking about. And then that came up on my feed a little bit more that fighter had said that happened. So usually I'm tapped in and a little bit in tune of what's happening with sporting events, but I didn't even see anything for it. So if I didn't see that shit, I doubt the ratings were good. Like that, and it was on Paramount.
Yeah, it was a fucking paywall, bro. Like, no, of course people aren't going to fucking go crazy for that. By the way, guys, don't send any more questions. Don't send any more questions because we're probably not going to get through everything we got.
Yeah, rep. I don't think they care if they made money or not. I think they accomplished what they wanted and just fucking getting.
Trump wanted a birthday present. It's fucking Trump's birthday present, you know? Danny DeVito, thanks for the $5. Kyle, you mentioned you and Crystal rarely get into arguments. When you do have arguments, do both of you go into professional debate mode or what? No, we don't. We don't. We never really argue. Yeah, I mean, we just don't argue. I'm trying to think of a time where maybe we did. No, we both have a similar philosophy. Like, we don't argue because, like, what's the point? And then also, if I'm feeling some type of way or she's feeling some type of way, our assumption is like, whatever the fuck is going on is probably me. Like, if you feel bad about some shit and you feel angry, it's your fault. Whether she's upset about something or I'm upset about something, we're both mature enough to go, like, if I'm feeling some type of way, I'm just reading too much into it right now. Let me take a few steps back. Let me go chill. Let me go take a couple deep breaths. Give me like an hour or two, and then I'll come back and forget what the fuck I was even upset about. And it works. It works like 95% of the time. You know?
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. I'm like, Molly done fucked up, and I know that was her that fucked up in that situation.
Oh, no, but I'm like, it's equal because, like, if I feel like I'm pissed about something, I know I'm making a mountain out of a molehill. And if she feels like she's pissed out of something, she'll know the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Teflon Wizard, thanks for the $10. Corin, your excitement not only turned me into a Knicks fan, you've turned me into a basketball fan. That's what's up, man.
I'm glad that shit happened. Yeah. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, like, I just get enjoyment out of rooting for someone like a team that I've really loved. And it was cool to see them actually reward me for that shit.
Jeffrey, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle and Corin, congrats on the Knicks being champions. Did it look like Trump's face was twitching, like he was having another stroke at the end of the national anthem at the White House? No, I'm not. I don't think I saw that, but what I did see was him sleeping again. And what I see is when he does sleep now, sometimes he'll get the droop on one side of his face, which is indicative of potentially having mini strokes. So it's possible he's been dealing with them, bro. I mean, it's certainly possible. Ernest, thanks for the $125. Kyle, I invite you to take a closer look at the Bolsonaro unaliving ATTP in Brazil. Bannon was a campaign advisor, and they also didn't want to investigate further. Talking about the attempted assassination on Bolsonaro? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever looked too deep into that.
Bannon was involved with that shit?
That's what this guy's sort of hinting, right? Interesting. Sonic, thanks for the $5. The Michelle Obama thing at the 250 UFC is so sad and pathetic at this point. I can't even be truly upset about it. Just tired. Yeah, man, I agree. Like, they're just also fucking like hateful. They're just so vile and wretched. Like, they just want people to they want to make people miserable, you know? Like, that's the goal. The whole goal is trigger the libs. That's what it is.
Or Paramount, like, have a delay on your TV and like cut that shit out. Like, it's just unnecessary. Like, why is she catching strays from a UFC event?
Yeah, like, what the fuck did she ever do to anybody?
That's what I'm saying.
You know? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Eucalyptus, thanks for the $20. No question today. Just want to say congrats on the Knicks win. I don't follow sports at all, but I'm super happy for you guys. Good thing the Trump curse didn't end up ruining the whole thing after all. Nope, it just ruined one game, and now it's going to make sense in the history books, you know?
Thank you very much, so man. I appreciate it.
John, thanks for the $5. Corin, congrats on getting to see the Knicks close it out in person. Kyle, is there any chance you chat with Political Punk in the future? Yeah, possibly. I've seen that guy do his thing. I think he does a good job, so for sure. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Tony Izzo, thanks for the $20. Simpsons writer Dan Greeny might be worth having on KKF. He predicted the rise of Trump and is running for president. What? Somebody already announced they're running for president? He's doing so on issues like universal health care and a Green New Deal, but is doing so as a Republican. What? It's real? Dan Greeny? What the fuck is this, bro?
I'm looking at this.
All right, I'll write it down. I'll take a look. This is the first time hearing of any of that, Tony, but I'll definitely.
Yeah, Dan Greeny, 61-year television writer, best known for his work on The Simpsons, The Office. The Office, too? Announced on May 26th that he's running for president. He's positioning himself as a progressive Republican.
That's wild. I wonder why he's doing it. It's because there's no chance, obviously, to win. So
these people just have money and they're fucking bored. That would be dope, though, to have the fucking founder, like the Simpsons guy. Maybe you can get on The Simpsons.
All right. The Louis Salea, thanks for the $5. Say what you will about the UFC pay-per-view, the USMC band doing the walkouts was top tier. Playing Latin and Lupe Fiasco was sick. Also played Hogan's theme.
Fuck that shit, man.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that happen.
Lupe Fiasco, was that he performed there?
No, no. They're saying the USMC band did a walkout, and they played Latin and Lupe Fiasco.
Oh, I'm surprised they played
That's
Lupe
how
Fiasco
I read it.
because I feel like Lupe Fiasco is not a Trump supporter at all.
Well, that's the point. Is they walked out. They protested, is what this person's saying.
Oh, I'm thinking a walkout like that was like their entrance, like they walked out to that music.
The USMC band doing the walkouts.
Yeah, I thought that like the UMC,
no, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. I'm reading it now again. Maybe
I think of a walkout is like you're going to a boxing match.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Out to
with Justin Bieber with you or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
unfamiliar with. I didn't see the event, so I only saw what hit Twitter. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. Paging Dr. Lamb, thanks for the $50. Very kind. Planner for president 2028. I don't think he's gonna run. But also, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think he'd be able to unify the liberals and the leftists in this moment. I would like it if he were to run, but if he's got hurdles he'd have to get over. You know.
Thanks, Paging.
Reflector, thanks for the $10. Woo Knicks. When is Molly back on CW? Is Stinky with Kyle at the moment? Can you two please stream New Zealand, Australia versus the US for number one in our group, 5 a.m. Saturday kickoff? Definitely not happening, unfortunately. Also, Corin with extra meal a day in couch/seat fines. I'll answer my question. Stinky, yes. Stinky's with me.
Hey, Stinky Poo. Just chilling.
Yeah, she sleeps a lot. She's old now, so she sleeps a lot, you know.
I do have to do another Molly's Mind. Molly is not as supportive of the channel as she used to be back in the day. She's really, if she's listening, she's going to get mad at me for that. But she used to, he switched sides.
She did, yeah.
She's into jiu-jitsu now, so she's fallen off of Corin's world. But we can't stream soccer. I don't know anything about soccer. And extra meals a day in couch seat fines. I don't know what that means.
But anyway, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. George Wade, thanks for the $5. I've been watching and loving the Knicks since 1967. 59 years. Damn. So you got to see.
That's insane. Yeah, those people that
multiple championships. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Stats guy, thanks for the $5. If you two grew up in New York, how come you guys don't have a New York accent? I definitely did not too long ago. I think it's sort of gotten less and less as I've gotten older.
But also to other people, they might think we do have an accent.
Yeah, like if you go listen to videos of me from 2015, 2016. In fact, there was one in particular I'm thinking of. I was like, you really hear it heavy, but I think it's softened as I got older and then moved to DC, Virginia area. You know. CK Progressive, thanks for the $20. Elon has $1 trillion. My power company, DTE, paid $0 in federal income tax in 2025 with a $1.5 billion profit. Gordie Howe Bridge still not open due to corruption with the Ambassador Bridge owners and Trump administration. Bring out the pitchforks? Perhaps, my friend, perhaps. I mean, there's a lot of shit like that people can point to where it don't make any goddamn sense. And it's really gross. So I understand.
I'm waiting on a fucking bridge to get finished in Rockland where I live. It's been 2 years, and they've got cones and traffic all over the place. So that shit is frustrating as fuck.
Serpent, thanks for the $5. Do you guys think Iran closing will do damage to them in the future? How do other countries feel about them having that kind of control? They okay with it? Are you talking about them having control of the strait? Is what you're talking about? Yeah, I think it only helps them. They're just going to charge a small fee. It's not going to be that much, but it makes sense, right? The U.S. forced their hand. It's that simple. It's all in the U.S. They didn't do anything wrong, you know. Ashin, now you again, thanks for the $5. All the Secular Talk t-shirt, but hey, where the Secular Talk anal beads or nipple tassels at, bruh? We're selling Secular Talk big-ass Christy Noam's husband's titties. So we're working on those next. Buy your big-ass titties from the Secular Talk.
They would sell out.
QC Man, thanks for the $5. Between the Knicks and the World Cup, U.S. Open getting overlooked this year. Any outside-the-box favorites? Also, Trump calling Platner a degenerate. That's hilarious. Outside the box, I'll say what I've been saying, which is outside the box, I like Gary Woodland because he won a regular tour event this year and he seems to be back on his game and like nobody thinks about him for majors. He's an outside the box pick. But again, the only one I'm sort of certain on is Tommy Fleetwood. I feel like this course fits him very well.
They have a QC.
Vetron, thanks for the $5. Kyle, how the hell is Iran in the American World Cup? This shit is so weird and confusing. Could you shed some light? It's not the American World Cup. It's the World Cup, bro.
Fucking analysis on the Iran soccer team.
Unfortunately, I have none of that. But yeah, I don't know. I think you're trolling. I think Vet's trolling. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with he's trolling. I don't think he's being serious.
They qualified for the World Cup.
R Skeptic, thanks for the $5. Kyle, how do you feel when people on Twitter call you a pro-Iran or pro-Russia tanky because you're not hawkish enough on Iran or Russia? I never see it, so I don't really care. If you like spend a lot of time reading replies and shit on Twitter, you're just gonna drive yourself crazy. So I don't read any replies on Twitter. I just post whatever the fuck I want and move on with my life, you know. Emrose, thanks for the $10. Hey, Fran Hong from Wisconsin just had an event with Kana and Kat Abugazale. Big lefty energy. KKF soon. Go Knicks. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've gotten quite a bit of questions about this Francesca Hong lady, so perhaps I'll take a deeper look there. But certainly seems like she's got all the right people backing her, so I can give her my seal of approval. Nathan Ogilvy, thanks for the $10. Good day, boys. Trump corruption accountability bill. Every single person involved will be investigated. Every single act of corruption will be prosecuted. Should be a litmus test in Dem primaries. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me, man. It's not even just the corruption. It's everything. It's Doge. It's the fucking ICE crimes. Like, it's everything. The whole regime's got to go down. But I like your idea. I think that's a very clever idea.
Thanks, Nathan. Good to see you.
Browns, thanks for the $20, man. Not sure if you guys have already talked about this, but did you see the leaked DMs between Eric Trump and Daniel Cormier? Yes, we did. DC posted screenshots showing Eric Trump asking for insider info about fighters pre-White House card. Yes, we did see that.
Oh, Cormier posted the screenshots?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So Eric Trump tried to come out and be like, that's fake, it's not real, and all this stuff. But there were a bunch of like legitimate journalists who were able to see the Cormier post and screenshotted it. And they say, indeed, Cormier did post that. So unless Cormier is hacked and trying to make it seem like Eric did something he didn't, then it appears like it's probably real. And he's just trying to cover his tracks. So
wow.
It's exactly what I'd expect from this crime family. That's what they are. They're a bunch of criminals. You know?
It's weird that DC would do that and put himself like in that situation. Like,
Phantom, thanks for the bucks. Which sports has the worst refs? I say NHL, and second worst is umpires in MLB.
I don't think NHL have bad refs. They fucking work their ass off.
I mean, I don't know. I don't watch all the other sports, but I'm certainly not happy with the NBA refs. I feel like they're sketchy as hell. The best refs are tennis because in most of the events, you don't even need the ref, really. They just have it automated.
Yeah, I guess there's some calls sometimes where they get frustrated with them, where they don't like let them go to the bathroom, where I think I saw recently, or like just some little bullshit. But yeah, I got to say basketball because they actually got caught cheating.
Uncommon Cinema, thanks for the $10, Kyle. With respect, Zoran humbled your predictions about him. What? Dude is on a legendary run as mayor in New York City. I watch his YouTube channel as a guy in Texas and makes me want to go live in New York City. Zoran humbled your predictions about him? What did I say that was wrong about Zoran?
Kyle never said he wasn't going to win.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're saying, dude. I'm a huge Zoran supporter. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you're saying. Government, thanks for the $10. Knicks win. Now, if the Jets can make a Super Bowl, it will prove God is real.
Jets will never make a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that would be awesome. It's funny. I don't follow football, but I've always been a Jets fan over the Giants.
Yeah.
Theoretically makes no sense because usually people do Yankees, Giants, Rangers, Knicks, right?
Yeah.
All of that minus Giants and put Jets in.
Yeah. It's usually Jets and Mets.
I'm not Mets. I was never Mets, Islanders. Although Mets are like working class, so I kind of should support them. But like Islanders, Mets, right?
Yeah.
And then it would be Jets and like I guess Brooklyn Nets. But that feels like a stretch, you know. They should have never left New Jersey. They should have stayed the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah. They were talking about. I think I saw something that they were trying to get them to move back to Jersey, which I think would be really cool. But yeah, they should have never left Jersey.
Agreed completely. RSN, thanks for the $5. Also, congrats to the Knicks. I'm a San Francisco Giants fan. Cry, and our last championship before 2010 was 1954. So I feel your joy and relief. Yeah, that makes sense. That like gap is similar, you know. Yeah, it feels good, bro. It feels really good.
The Giants won like 3, so you can get out of here a little bit.
Frank Grimes, thanks for the $5. As a veteran, I hate Trump, but that flyover was epic as fuck. Fuck all that wasted ass money. Like these are the same people cutting pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels, where they can waste millions of dollars on a stupid fucking flyover, so Trump can feel like he's special on his birthday. Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly. Like that shit too. People don't talk about. Like he used all fucking military to like do these flyovers and shit for like a UFC event.
Thoughts on Ethan Klein and his Scientology style lawsuits? You know, I haven't followed this closely, but the stuff I have seen is very disturbing. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but seemingly, like, I don't know, he's doing a lawsuit, like a new lawsuit every time I breathe. Every time I look, it's like, oh shit, Ethan Klein's suing somebody new. So I don't know what the hell's going on there, man, but I don't know. It seems like he's got some issues he probably needs to work through because you're getting into slap territory, slap suit. I forget what the acronym stands for, but it's basically like frivolous lawsuits to just try to hush up people who criticize you. Like that's what it seems like it is.
Game plan.
Yeah, it is very Trumpian in a sense. So, yeah, I don't know. It's very bizarre to see, and I feel bad for all the people he's going after, you know. Keith Black, thanks for the $5. No question this time. Just congratulations from Boston. Shout out to you, Keith. Appreciate you, man. You guys are probably going to be good next year in Boston. Noah Stephen Peasley, thanks for the $5. Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. Oh yeah, that's the guy who died in the Rio helicopter crash. Along with there was also a YouTuber who died there as well. And then I don't know if you saw, Crystal, there was that person who died bungee jumping in Brazil where they just threw him off and they didn't connect the thing and they just died. Yeah,
I'm
terrible.
not laughing because of funny. I'm laughing because that's just wild. I also saw a video, I think he was like 4 years old, of a kid bungee jumping in some crazy ass shit. And people were like,
damn,
this is like child abuse.
Razor Jam, thanks for the $50. Very kind of you. Kyle, do you think
bro.
the GOP will be forced to move leftward post-Trump in order to be viable? Their outlook looks splintered amongst all the administration opportunists / pundits, and there's blue tsunami / capitalist fatigue. Also, congrats on the win, boys. Well, thank you very much, Razor. You're asking a very, very good question, and it's honestly a tough one to answer because if they were intelligent, yes, they would have to move left on some issues, right? But they're not intelligent. And so I think what's most likely is they go more like Nazi, more white nationalist, more like hardcore evangelical Christian, like they lean hard into that. I could see that. Or what's very likely is they're just in the wilderness for a while and they don't know what to do, and they're going to need an individual to rise up who's not Trump, who's their own person, who does a new thing, and that new thing sort of breaks through. You know what I'm saying? But like, even though it's the right thing for them to do, I doubt they're smart enough to do it. I don't think they're actually going to do it. I don't think they're going to move left in any serious way.
Thanks a lot, Razor Jam.
Ohio girl, thanks for the $5. Corin, write this down. Carbona Stain Devils, number 5. Only thing I found to take out Greece. Little yellow bottles. Congrats to you both on the Knicks. Well, thank you, Ohio girl Gina. We appreciate that. Carbona Stain Devils, number 5 is the thing. I'm going
to write that down. Because I'm constantly getting random fucking stains in my shit. And Molly's mom's not here to take that shit out. Yeah,
I get it all the fucking time, and I'm always like, "How the fuck did I do that?" Eagles Fly, thanks for the $5. What's up, fellas? Shout out to y'all's Knicks. Kyle, I clicked on the page for the merch, and I'm wondering what ambushed apostate means. I believe that is Lilith's. Lilith has her own merch on that same page.
Oh, did you release merch?
No. I didn't release merch, but Lilith did a Secular Talk shirt for Pride Month that I pushed on my show for her. She's giving some to like the Trevor Project, which is LGBTQ like anti-suicide thing, and some is going for her move because she's going to move. But yeah, it's like it's official Secular Talk merch because I'm the one pushing it. But like,
you're a good man.
And all I'm
gonna make a Corin shirt, and all donations are going to go 100% to Corin's foundation charity.
Corin's Foundation for Corin.
No, my bad. Shout out to fucking Lilith for that. And
so some of that stuff on her page is like her merch for her stuff. Like there's a Little of All Trade shirt and all that stuff too. Yeah, I'm not the ambushed apostate, if anybody's wondering. I don't think. TP Kennedy, thanks for the $10. Kyle, do you support uncapping the House? It was capped at 435 in 1929. The population has exploded since, and we're now critically underrepresented. Should get Mr. Beat on KKF to talk about it. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think uncapping the House is a great idea. We should have more than 435 in Congress, for sure. That would make it more representative, more democratic. I see no good argument against it, Misbehave, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on the supposed progressive state of California primary win for an establishment Democrat over a billionaire with progressive ideals? I'm telling you, man, there's something about like blue state Democrats are oftentimes very like conservative coded or corporate coded. And then like red state Democrats or Midwestern Democrats are like fucking flaming socialists. And it's a real shame because you'd want like the blue state Democrats to be left. But yeah, I think it's because people have anti-billionaire sentiment, which is understandable. Just that Steyer was, a class trader, which is a good kind of billionaire. And also AOC and Bernie not endorsing Steyer. I think that hurt him. I think he could have won if he got that endorsement. So. Reflector, thanks for the $20. Kyle, just FYI, oft when you gasp, oh, it sounds like you're in climax. Did you two play the Tiger Woods video games? Those were mad. Lilith's shirt and shipping pricing is goated. Get on it, people. Thank you very much to her. Love. I'll have SC merch. Secular Talk merch? Is that supposed to be? Yeah, so I played the Tiger Woods video games for sure. I played them a lot. About you, Core? Did you?
Yeah, I played those shits for sure. Definitely. I also did awesome. Golden Tee was my shit back in the day when you'd go into a restaurant or a bar.
It's a classic bar game right there, bro. People love that shit. People have tournaments with that shit, I should try. I don't know if I've ever played that, to be honest. I'm
Golden Tee, you have to.
I don't know if I ever have.
Spin it, really?
Yeah, I know it's that shit. I'm not sure if I ever played it.
Wow.
Alice, thanks for the $5. Do you guys like horror? Cannot recommend the movie Obsession enough. Shit was the most horrifying and shocking experience I've had since Hereditary. I am not a horror fan. I don't like scaring the shit out of myself. Yeah, and I will scare the shit out of myself. So
Yeah, I was gonna watch Scream 7 on the flight, and I was just like, nah, let me not.
let's not do that. Jason Fields, thanks for the $5. Go Knicks. Do you and Crystal have any disagreements on any issues politely? Seems like she's maybe a little bit more left than you to me. I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
He's
I
got
wouldn't
another
say that.
disagreement question. He wants you to disagree with Crystal.
Go Knicks. Kyle, do you and Crystal disagree on anything politically? Seems like she may be a little to the left of you on China or Ukraine war. No, we do. I think we do have some disagreements on Ukraine in particular. I think I'm a little more pro-Ukraine than she is. Like, I think she's more like, we got to settle this thing, and like, if that means,
yeah, I'm kind of like, we gave enough to Ukraine already. Like, what else?
No. I'm not saying we need to give more to them. I'm saying I sympathize with they're being invaded by a bigger country that's an imperialist nation that's like fucking running roughshod over them, and like I feel for them in the same way I feel for Palestinians. You know what I'm saying?
Guys.
Whereas she's sort of like, we just got to do whatever the fuck we can to end that shit because it's too dangerous and Russia has nukes, and like, let's fucking make a deal and get that bitch over with. And I'm like, yeah, let's make a deal, but probably like, I think I would be harsher on my terms that are more pro-Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, we do have a slight disagreement on that, but nothing that like, nothing too crazy. Like, I see where she's coming from and she sees where I'm coming from, but outside of that, I think we're very, very similar on everything. We'd have to go issue for issue for me to find an area where we like really substantively disagree, but we like can come to the same conclusion through different reasoning. Oftentimes definitely happens. Tony Tone, thanks for the $10. Kyle, since Musk is the first trillionaire and is in the right, would you be okay if there was a trillionaire on the left, and if the left trillionaire would support and fund left ideas? If I could press a button and just have nobody be a trillionaire or a billionaire, or press a button and have like a left trillionaire to counteract right trillionaires, I would immediately press the button to eliminate trillionaires and billionaires. I would do that. Yeah, I don't want anybody to be a trillionaire, right? Like, if we're going to have trillionaires, yes, I would prefer there to be left-wing ones so they could fund left-wing causes, but I'd rather just have no trillionaires, Andrew Baker, thanks for the $10. Never understood how cons could be fans of movies with obvious leftist messaging at the core of their plots, just like how you bring up Jesus as a hippie communist. Cognitive dissonance is ridiculous. Yeah, here's the thing. There's no media literacy. They don't know. It's like when people watch the movie Wall Street and they try to emulate Gordon Gekko. And it's like, you do realize that was the bad guy, right? You do realize like the messages don't be like that guy, right?
They
like,
do that with my bad.
They do that with a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Which one were you going to bring up?
The guy who slicks his hair back, is it Bateman?
Patrick Bateman. Yeah. In American Psycho.
Yes, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. No media literacy, and that leads to that. It's like, oh, this guy's cool. I want to be like him, and it's like, that's the bad guy. Yeah. It's like wanting to be like Scarface. Like, he ends up dead, right? He's like a miserable guy who ends up dead, right? Worgenman, thanks for the $20. In the Quran, God is described as Ar-Rahman from the Arabic root word RHM, which is womb. So it's like a feeling of extreme compassion, and people translate it as the most gracious, compassionate, merciful ideas relate to root.
I think Worgenman always hits us with some deep shit.
Yeah, it's some deep shit. Root words have to do with the OG word meaning. The word worship comes from the word worth. Like, oh, he's really worships that girl. Like, by putting someone high on a pedestal, high in terms of worth, always look up roots. Interesting.
Yeah, shout out to you, Worgenman. Hopefully you fucking get deep with someone that's watching too.
Appreciate you, bro. Two-door co-op, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, Corin, enjoy the chill stream. I was wondering what single piece of media, whether that's a book, movie, song, etc., has been the most impactful in your guys' life. Shit. I don't know, man. For me, it was always like, I was more of like radio. I'm old enough where like Air America Radio, when I was younger, I would listen to, and like I would listen to Tom Hartman's show, and I would be like, oh shit, he's spitting. And he was always like citing economic numbers and, ripping fucking George W. Bush and the Republicans. And I remember listening, going like, I want to do this. What he's doing is what I want to do. And so to me, that was the biggest thing that moved me. It was like Air America Radio and Tom Hartman spitting the truth,
Yeah, I guess for me it was like sports, just watching sports shit.
Jorgen, thanks for the $5. I'm sorry, but my favorite running bit is Trump thinking asylum seekers come from sanatoriums. Yeah, when Trump says people are seeking asylum, he thinks like people come to America from insane asylums. Like, that's how dumb he is.
That's some shit I would say, bro. He can't be doing that.
Don Longballs, thanks for the $5. Would you support Newsom if he wins the Democratic nomination for president? And congrats on the ship. Thank you very much.
Don Longballs.
Whichever Democrat wins, I'm going to support in the general. There's no doubt about it. I hope we get better than Newsom, but whichever Democrat ends up winning, I'll be riding for. Steven, thanks for the $5. Sam Cedar got a lot of backlash last week for doing an AI ad. Is Majority Report fake independent media? Well, look, my standard has always been, if you're doing ad reads for companies, yeah, I would say you're no longer independent. You could be new media, you could be online media, but I just don't think you're independent at that point. But I would also say that there's a big difference between somebody who reads ads and like they only read the ads they actually like and products they use. I find that much better and acceptable than somebody who just reads whatever fucking Tom, Dick, or Harry ad gets thrown their way. You know what I'm saying? So like there's gradations to this shit, but I would say it's fair to say call yourself new media or online media at that point, Mirandot007, thanks for the $5. We need an FDR of 26. Have you watched Hal Sparks or Political Punk? And if so, what do you think of them? And we so need healthcare for all of us in the U.S. I totally agree with that. I've watched Political Punk and agree with a lot of his stuff. A lot of his stuff is good. Hal Sparks, I'm not sure. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I don't quite recall. Vince, thanks for the $5. Let's create a phrase or description to describe the depravity of our government for the Donald J. Diaper Rash Trump Presophile library. I'll try my best. I'll try my best to create that phrase or description. But right now at 11:21, it's probably not going to happen. Dice, thanks for the $5. Greetings from the UK. Keep up the good fight. Also, congrats to the Knicks. Thank you very much, bro.
Thanks, Dice.
We appreciate you. Gary Drago, thanks for the $10. Man, I ain't got a question. I just got to say I appreciate you both, Kyle and Corin, for being the realest in the game. Y'all keep me going through the week, and go Knicks. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Appreciate that, bro. Jorgen, thanks again for the $5. Kyle, you got to try the Busch Gardens Olympus Pantheon ride. It shoots backwards at 90 miles an hour. I would much rather. Let's see.
For it.
I would much rather.
Does it involve a waffle iron?
I would much rather shove a salamander in my belly button and then take a plunger and plunge the salamander back out of my belly button.
And then put that salamander on top of your dick in a waffle iron.
And then eat it. That's what I would rather do. Global 99, thanks for the $10. Kyle and Corin, love you guys. Y'all are the best. Kyle, you got mad at me last week for prematurely celebrating, but go Knicks. I'm so happy for you guys that they won generational stuff. Yeah, well, to you, bro. You maybe had that crystal ball, the different kind of crystal ball that I don't have, because you got it right. Wesley, thanks for the $5. Do you think we should eliminate tariffs on Chinese electric cars? They're so much more affordable and as good as Teslas. I absolutely do. I would support any fucking policy that destroys Elon Musk, and that would be a great way to do it. That's fair and square. Let in the BYD cars, and they will fucking crush Tesla. It's going to be amazing. Definitely would do that. Zabu, in fact, any Democrat should do that, by the way. Zabu, thanks for the $5. What you thought about Asmongold saying Plattner cheating shows his character is untrustworthy while supporting Trump? Okay, so if having consensual affairs as an adult shows you're untrustworthy, what is it if you're a pedophile, war criminal, con man, rapist? What does that show? What does that show about your character, Asmon? Jesus Christ. QC Man, thanks for the $5. Kavanaugh's Yale roommate, former Knicks great Chris Dudley. Does that make him more guilty or less? How does that relate to what? But how does that relate to whether or not Kavanaugh did some fucked up shit?
Yeah, I don't know. Because
nobody accused Chris Dudley of some fucked up shit, right?
Yeah, he's just a right wing, shit running for something.
If nobody accused that guy, what are we talking about? People accused Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
right,
true.
And he fits the profile. So what are we talking about? How is that related? You thought that was some sort of burn to be like, well, his roommate was on the Knicks. What does that do? How does that change anything? Brown Panda, thanks for the $10. Can you shout out my friend Tony? He's a huge Knicks fan. Shout out to Tony, the huge Knicks fan.
You're the man. Congrats, you're a champ.
Pawn's Gambit, thanks for the $5. Oh my God, are you still talking about the Knicks? We're here for the important topics like DJT's B-Day Bash and Michelle being a man.
We hit those too, bro.
Yeah, we're rolling with the flow, dog. We're rolling with the flow. Adam King, thanks for the $5. Support Spain. True, I do support Spain in the World Cup. Spanish officials floated boycotting World Cup if FIFA let Israel play. Didn't matter because didn't qualify. Plus, I predicted Argentina 22. I predicted Spain 22. Oh, and did they end up winning? I guess they ended up winning, or got to the finals or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, so shout out to you, bro.
Spain again.
Shout out to you. Mrs. Squidward, thanks for the $20. Election Truth Alliance did analysis on the 24 election and have serious concerns regarding fraud. Caught Elon's PAC mailing pre-filled ballots to voters in Georgia. They have a YouTube, but not a lot of traction. Please platform them. Election Truth Alliance. Let me write that down real quick. Election Truth Alliance. I think I've heard of them before, to be honest. May have covered something from them before. Well, appreciate you. Kimberly, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I love your cat cameo earlier. He tried to jump from a chair and failed. Always love seeing your pets. It's a nice break from the seriousness of current events. Yeah, I was doing the show earlier, Corin, and one of the cats, I call him Demon Kitty. His real name is Socks. But he runs behind me and jumps up to like try to get to like the top of the bookshelf, and you see that bitch on air. And it's just like a flying cat out of nowhere. Sort of gets it, but then falls. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then anyway, we cut it there, but like you saw a little bit of the cat going crazy.
Cats are fucking wild with their jumping skills.
Notice left. Thanks for the $20. 10 to Corin, 10 to Kyle. I bought a shirt from Lilith. Congrats on the win. Y'all are good dudes, and I support secular talk always. My bro recently died way too young from a very rare form of cancer, and he was my best friend. Sorry. Damn, man. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's really sad, really depressing. But stay strong out there, brother. Stay strong out there. Sorry you're going through such a tough time, but we appreciate you. Alex, thanks for the $20. Kyle, it was fucking awesome seeing Luke Thomas on Breaking Points this morning. His show, Morning Combat, came out with a Knicks-themed shirt. I'm currently rocking it. Congrats on the championship from a Lakers fan. Well, thank you, my Lakers brother. Like me and Corin said, we're Knicks fans, but we also love watching the Lakers. I've rooted for the Lakers many times, being a Kobe fan, basically my whole life. And I'm always rooting. I'm always watching the late game, so I'm watching LeBron play for the Lakers and Luka play for the Lakers. I'm usually rooting for the Lakers against whoever they're playing, as long as it's not the Knicks. So there's a little bit of brotherly affection there between the Lakers and the fucking Knicks. Not like how we feel about the Celtics, where you say fuck the Celtics. The Russian man, thanks for the $10. Hey Kyle, what do you think of the Human Shield song by the Stringini Bros? It's a satire song mocking Israel, and I think you may find it interesting. I've never heard it, unfortunately, so I would not be able to comment on that at the moment. But appreciate you. Don Longballs, thanks for the $10. I'm really important, said you a straight up hater, and hating on the Democratic Party is a net negative on organizing against MAGA and Republicans. Thoughts? I'm not quite sure what that means, because if anything, the criticism that many people give me is the opposite of that I'm too much of a cheerleader these days for the Democratic Party. I mean, I literally just said I'd vote for any Democrat over whoever the Republican is in 2028. But allow me to say, we still got to be able to criticize them, right? Like, we still got to be able to do like constructive criticism. And if you aren't in favor of even constructive criticism, you're just not in favor of growth. You're not in favor of improving. And that's like embarrassingly stupid, Russell, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I used to work in Dahlgren and commuted from Richmond every day. You plan on staying in Virginia forever? I couldn't stand it. Well, I like living in the country. So I kind of I like the vibe. I'd have no problem staying out here. It's also the thing that I always loved about is that it's warmer than living in New York. And to me, that's a big plus. If you know me, the warmer the better, I always feel like. Facts. I'm not a winter guy. I fucking despise winter. It shit makes me depressed as fuck. Yep. So there's a bunch of things I like about it. But I mean, whatever me and my wife decide to do is what me and my wife decide to do. By the way, 3 minutes left, y'all. Definitely don't say anything else. We're trying to breeze through as many as we can. Amazing. Thanks for the $5. Right-wing friend threw in my face 10 police injured after Knicks win and buses were lit on fire. What should I have said back? You should have taken a motherfucking look at the lawn of the White House, you sick fuck. Whatever's going on there is 1,000 times worse than what happened with the Knicks. I saw Knicks fans helping clean up shit. Also, there was videos going viral of Knicks fans helping to clean shit up. I didn't see nobody helping to clean up anything at this UFC fucking white trash event. I saw people fighting. It's crazy. The righties leftist, thanks for the $10. Good day, boys. Nate again. Plattner's attacks are helping him. In Australia in 2007, Kevin Rudd's attack was they found he went to the strippers. He won the election and became prime minister in a landslide. Yeah, like, I don't know, the like whole, you can't do the pearl clutching routine in the era when Donald Trump is president. It just doesn't work. Like, you can't get mad about any Democrat for anything with personal life shit because the Republicans have shattered all norms. So like, okay, if you wanted this world, you got this world. Now we got our own version of somebody who can be Teflon and get away with like having, affairs and shit, NP Wood, thanks for the $5. My wife just scolded me for saying going in skies. Been a secular talk fan since 2012. Your Ted Cruz voice is your best one, in my opinion. I'm Ted Cruz. Me. There you go. Thank you, bro.
This one's surprising to see.
Oh, really? Yeah. Mitch, thank you for the $5. Sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your
Paul
loss.
Sucks, thanks for the $5. The fact that losers like Elon Musk and Kyle Kulinski are absurdly rich while most Americans work hard and struggle shows maybe we need a revolution. I know you're trolling putting me and Elon together, but I appreciate you, bro.
Left.
No Moss, no more. Thanks for the $5. Any chance getting Gary Stevenson or Gabriel Zuckman on the show to talk tax wealth, not work movement? They are doing good work. Yeah, for sure. I've heard of those guys before. The latter, I've heard of Gabriel Zuckman before. For sure, that would be possible. Go Mason, thanks for the $5. I'm Dynasty Kyle doing reading and for XYZ VPN on channel anyways chance? No, I don't do any ad reads. I think that's what you're asking. I think that's what that person's asking.
Yeah,
or am
I
I
think
being
they were
autistic?
asking.
I'm not sure.
No, I think that was right.
Fran Guy, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, have you seen the body cam video of the grouper getting restarted for online threats? It's a video from EWU. The grouper getting restated for online threats. No, I don't even know what those words mean. Do you know what that means, Cor?
If you don't know what the fuck that means, I don't know.
The grouper getting restated for online threats?
No idea.
It's a video from EWU. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I just don't know what any of that means. I apologize, brother. Yeah.
We haven't seen it. That's all she
right.
wrote.
All right, y'all.
Kyle, any last words?
It feels good, doesn't it? The Knicks
Groper?
winning, man.
They're saying groper? Is that a different thing?
Yeah, but
I don't know, but it's still
why
made
would
no
I know
sense,
about a
right?
random case about a random groper? I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. The Knicks are world champions. We're world champions, bro.
Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go, baby.
Trump's healing. The world is all getting better. Trump's gonna be out of office soon.
One can hope. One can wish. All right, y'all.
All right.
Love you guys, man.
Thanks
Love
for
you,
rocking
Cor.
out.
Yep, I'll talk to you later.
All right, later, everybody. Thanks for rocking out with us. Go Knicks. Oh no, out. Thanks everybody for turning into Knicks fans, man. I love you guys for that. No, fuck the Sonics, man. They don't even have a team right now. Fran guy did fumble a little bit. I don't know what you were saying. All right, who gets the last word? Anybody want to say anything nice to anybody? No one? Oh, now it's going fast. Hold on. All right. Kimberly, you got it. All right. Love you guys. Roxy, you can get one too. That's a good comment. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for rocking out. We'll see you next week. Love you. Go Knicks.